Oh, we are live. I think we live. We live. We live. All right. Peace. Peace, family. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical issues. So as you're on your way in, hit the like button, share this video. We're gonna go over a lot of information, and as well as this is gonna be like a three-part series, kind of like what we did for the Aboriginal shape cosmology wise. So be sure to have your questions ready to go at the end, because at the also we have something special for a lot of people too as well. So yeah, so on your way in, go ahead and I see you. Peace, Queen. Peace, peace. I'll show you on screen. Peace. So yeah, we'll give everybody kind of few minutes to trickle on in. As soon as we get the facility back up and running again, we're still having in-person classes again, but it was just the building that we were at got flooded, so it's been under construction since the storm went out. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Hope you're doing good, sis. Hope you're doing good. Gotta show some love on the screen. So yeah, when it comes to what we're going to be talking about today, be sure to have your questions if you have things you want to discuss when it comes to finances, economics. It's very important, or just kind of like a game plan, or just maybe some things that are like troubling you or whatnot. But that's kind of what tonight is for, and as well as the three-part series. So let me get this set up on Instagram. So give me 1 second, y'all, and then we'll get started. Hope everybody's doing good, though. Hope everybody's doing good. I know y'all see the climate is very interesting. Oh, peace, 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 God. I see you in the building. I'll show you some love too. Peace, peace, peace. We're about to get started, family. I just gotta set up Instagram real quick, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. Where are you? There you go. And make sure this is squared away. I bet. All right. Peace, family, on Instagram. You can tune in audio wise, but you can see the slideshows and slide deck on YouTube. So if you can't see it, just go head over there. So that's just kind of what this is for, just to streamline it. I wish this program had did that, but we'll figure it out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for everybody. Let me know if y'all can see my screen. Put a 1 in the chat for me so I know I'm on. At least y'all can see that. And can make sure. I think that's good on my end. So cool. And Instagram. You can't see me, but okay. Cool. All right, great. All right. So these are the topics we're going to be talking about today, right? So we're going to be talking about preparing and protecting your economy. This is very important. There's a lot of things happening at a fast pace, and a lot of people have not been noticing what's been taking place. We're also going to talk about just some technology basics. And again, this is going to be a three-part series again, just because there's going to be a lot of things that we need to kind of go into a little bit of detail, and then also give you guys the opportunity to ask your questions if there's something maybe that I'm not covering or I'm missing, right? And then we'll have a live cosmology session in regards of your business, money, and just finances moving forward in 2023 and beyond, okay? So on that note, oh, peace, everybody in the building. I'll show you some love. Peace, peace, peace. Let me go ahead and do the preamble real quick. So, we, the people of the Aboriginal Republic of North America, asserting our natural Aboriginal rights as the oldest recorded Aboriginal Indigenous peoples of the Americas, consisting of an Aboriginal Union of Indigenous peoples, and in accord with natural law, the law of our ancestors, do hereby recognize all nationals of the Aboriginal Republic of North America as a unified community, establish a divine right to self-rule, a common defense of our nation, complete unified will for progress and prosperity by and for our people, establishing justice by way of natural law and equality, and complete autonomy as a nation. All right. Now that we got that knocked out, y'all know y'all need to know the preamble, right? Because there may be one day that you're called at the summit and you need to be able to recite it, right? And that's okay if you can't, but that's kind of a requirement, right? As well as knowing your 12 general orders, right? These things are going to help guide you. I know y'all like Mr. Kojo. You keep saying this every time. Why? Repetition. That's why. And then obviously paying your dues. The timeline for that should be coming up. It's going to be around, I think it was the 12th or might have been the 11th. Anyway, there's an extension, and you can find that on the Facebook page. So be sure to check that out. Get your dues in, please, please, please. Okay, yeah, I hear you, sis. You gotta. I know you're learning it, so that's good. As long as you're learning it. And the importance of paying dues. It funds employment, it funds governmental operations, as you know, and as well as it allows us to invest in other different things of that nature. Show love to the God, peace, peace, peace. Um, and let me make sure Instagram you good, cool. All right. So as a reminder, I know I talked about it, but just go ahead. These are the places where you can go pay it. Not that difficult. And also, if you haven't filled out the survey, this is more for future reference for people who haven't filled it out. But we're in that process where we're filling out the forms, getting ready to submit documents to start that process for the credit union. So if any volunteers, anybody, and I say volunteers, meaning there's going to be some form of compensation. So if you would like to be a part of like the staff running the credit union, reach out to HAWAB Region 6 at gmail.com and we can get you more details on that. Show you some love. Peace. Peace, sis. Okay. Let me get you on the screen. Okay. So events that you want to also be ready for is Ramadan, obviously in 2022, Aboriginal Summit that's coming up in 2023. Make sure you got your passports, make sure you got your documents, all that stuff squared away. That's important. And then the Aboriginal Powwow in Dallas, Texas, 2023. Be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a fun time and a good time. And also, you're going to be learning a lot of stuff too. And then I'm sure there's going to be more events as well, but these are just some of the ones that are aware. And if you're in the HAWAB region, and if you're interested in learning just kind of like sword play or just like kind of swordsmanship, and you want to learn more about it and you want to participate in that, again, send an email to hawabregion6 at gmail.com and we can figure out some way to just kind of like, cover the cost and sponsor that so you can participate in the class or whatnot. But if that's something of interest, let me know, let us know. And also, I think it's 18 and above, but I have to double check that. So anyway, so these are the events and things that, we got going on. All right, let's get into the main show. Right. So JP Morgan, as y'all may have not been aware, has been acquiring single family properties. Right. What does that mean? I know some of y'all be like, oh, well, I'm waiting. I've been waiting to acquire, some land or real estate because the market's really high. And it's like, look, this is happening in Atlanta. Like they're putting in $1 billion buying up these houses in Atlanta. Why is that? Why is it that is the consistent trend is buying land, real estate, and things of that nature? There's got to be a reason for that, right? So just kind of keep that in mind, right? Like just as we set this up. Some of y'all have been, I don't know if anybody's done this for the internet, but the PPP stuff, if you didn't do it right, if you put yourself in a bad position, they coming. They coming for y'all. They're coming. As you can see, the Power Ranger charged with fraud. Former Atlanta City Attorney police officer indicted 7 million PPP fraud. It's crazy. So just be careful. Yeah, just make sure. And if you need kind of any guidance on like that, you want us to look, see if there's something we can do, reach out to us. We can definitely help you with that. I don't know why that popped up like that. But anyway, the idea is that, the black spending power reaches a record of $1.6 trillion, right, in 2021. And our net worth decreased by 14%. That should tell you something. Like we have a lot of spending power, but we just spend it on dumb stuff. And here's some of the things that you guys need to be aware of. Future payment currencies. Your world is digitized. As if you already don't know, it's digitized. And some of y'all might be struggling to manage your funds or your energy throughout this digital, revolution. So I'll show you something in real time that I saw in the store, right? But here's something I want you to put in your mind first: is the Banking All for Act, right? The Banking for All Act that was done in 2019 to 2020. Digital pass, right? Digital wallets. And you'll see why I'm talking about this. Y'all see this right here? This is pay with your palm. Pay with your palm. Do you know where I saw this at? And this was not like it was just kind of put on the slide. Like I was like, oh, is that new? Like, yeah. I was talking to the sister. I was like, when did that get here? They said a month ago. I said, oh, we getting people comfortable paying with their palm. So this was actually at Whole Foods, right? So obviously, they're going to set the trend so that everybody else is going to do the same thing. So just this is going to be one of the mechanisms that they utilize to basically steal your currency, steal your energy, to make it very easy. That you may touch something and like, oh, you touch something, they drained $1, and you like, what? Wait, I didn't mean to pay. That's how easy it's about to get. Right. And this is not even a chip. This is not even a chip. This is basically how your imprint of your finger, I don't know if you can see, but your imprint of your finger, they're going to digitize that. And it's already digitized before, but it's just basically that's what the process is. And people are being chipped too. So now let's talk about the digital dollar token. 12-week pilot program that the New York Fed has launched. This should tell you something. This is November 15th. If they've launched this already, then you should already know what is on their mind of what they're trying to do. They're trying to do, it's almost like a social credit system. That's part of the social credit system. But there's ways to where you can, kind of protect yourself, maybe even invest in it. Just things of that nature. It's like, you just want to be aware, and you may want to kind of do things to kind of protect yourself, maybe invest, things of that nature, right? So why do I bring it up? Federal Reserve, FedNow, instant payment processing. So this is all part of the social credit system that they've already deployed in China. And we'll talk about that later. But the reason why I bring this up is because look at this, right? China's social credit system ranks citizens and punishes them by throttling internet speeds, or maybe because they're not following Communist Party, rules or whatever. And then look at the IMF. Suggests that your credit score could be based on your internet history. And then on social media theory consists about the North Carolina power outage. These things are very random, but they're not at the same time. So why do I bring it up? There's a particular company called Cypherium, right? They're a blockchain technology payment processing system. They've been selected by the Fed now as one of the service providers. So what does that mean? And just to show you, this is on the FedNow website. You can go look for yourself. Cypherium, right? Payment processing company in blockchain. I bring them up because it's a speculation opportunity for you to throw some dollars into it. If you decide to do that, I've already done that. This is not something that I'm like, oh, well, I'm telling everybody else. No, I've already done it. Did it a long time ago. And the reason why I'm even mentioning it is because this could be an opportunity where you can actually make some money by doing that, right? You see the price point is 2 cents, right? And then underneath that, you see that these are the companies that they're connected to. This is who they're working with already. IBM, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. I don't even need to tell you who are the other people, but just by seeing those 4 people, you should know what is happening. So if they're invested in Cypherium, and FedNow and the Federal Reserve has Cypherium as one of their servicers, then you know that this is a key component or key player that could turn into something. So it's a speculation opportunity. Again, I still, you know, suggest that people still partake in whether it's developing skills in blockchain technology or investing in cryptocurrencies by speculation, just because there is an opportunity there. And these are the exchanges that you can find it on. And then as soon as you buy it off of the exchanges, you can withdraw them to a wallet that's safe. Always do that because I know everybody's seen the debacle with FTX. It's crazy. So don't be one of those folks in those positions. So this is a speculation opportunity. And I'll break down what I even mentioned by speculation instead of investment, right? Um, Another thing to be aware of: immigrants come into this country. They're letting more people in by the hundreds. And then what are they doing? They're buying up real estate. They're starting businesses. They're putting a lot of people in positions where they're owning nothing. And that's part of the theme for you know who, the World Economic Forum. So just kind of keep this in mind, right? So, like I said, we still go in peace. I know everybody's like coming through in here. Peace, peace, peace. Um, Let me go in here. So another thing is inflation. I know y'all like, man, I know this is like high level stuff, but we're getting ready to go into specifics. So China is the wild card for global inflation for 2023. We are not even in 2023. The Federal Reserve is about to raise interest rates by 50 basis points, and inflation is falling, but it's not falling fast enough as far as like how much things cost, right? As you can see, Egypt's inflation 18% in November. That is high. And everywhere else, things are getting more expensive. So you need to do what? You need to increase your skills and make more money. And we'll talk about that. Now, another thing that you want to be aware of is jobs are fading. We talked about this before, but it's getting to the point where it's very clear. Everything's being automated, everything's being run through AI, store greeters, robot chef, robot cops, bartender, even sex workers, right? You're like, oh no, they ain't doing it. Look what this at the bottom right here. Deep learning. Talk to this inanimate object how you like. AI programming, chip, motor functions in that thing. Crazy. People are buying it. So for those who are like, I'm gonna run in these streets. Listen, y'all need to stop that. Because that's gonna be gone too. So cashiers, driver, out of Uber Eats, all that stuff being replaced. Cashiers. Nobody's even in these stores anymore. Have you noticed at Walmart? Nobody's at these cashiers. They're letting you check yourself out. Why? Because they don't need you anymore. I know people say, oh, I don't know that's man, you'd be surprised out here what's going on, right? People marrying to pillows. Like it's that serious. So it's crazy. So let me kind of keep this going. So what do you need to do? You may need to get gigs in your space that maybe you're comfortable with, maybe that you have skills and that you're proficient in, or even a contract position, right? Things like that. These are things that you want to do. You also want to have a goal, and you also want to have a plan, period. You want to have a plan and you want to execute on it. And we get it, life happens, but you still want to stick to that plan. And you want to do things that are going to pay the bills and have some left over so you can invest and do what you need to do. Okay. And just as so you know, they have been giving y'all hints. They've been giving everybody hints of what they've been doing. These are some of the things: Better Than Us, Sex Robots, Black Mirror has a whole bunch of, you already know. Ready Player One, Utopia. And we keep going. So the Great Reset. I want y'all to pay attention. There are 8 circles, right? I don't want y'all to count the outside one because that's not a circle. It's kind of like strings that make a ring. So, but you can count that. But there's only really 8 that I want you to focus on, right? The big center one in the center, which is the Great Reset. Then on the outside, shaping economic recovery, redesigning social contracts, skills, and jobs. health, development, business models, global cooperation, regional development, fourth industrial revolution. And then you see all the outside other things that are affected by it. This is about to disrupt everything that you know, that you have done, and that you've been comfortable doing. It's disrupting all these freaking sectors. And then look at the focus of some of these things. LGBTI inclusion. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Justice and law. So those who are jurists, yo, even me, right? Don't get too comfortable. You gotta stay up to date with what's happening. And then we need to, start talking within the think tanks and be able to pivot and things of that nature. Same thing goes with health, with the neuropathic doctors and stuff like that. But in general, so these are this. Pay attention to this. And why eight points? Why 8 circles? Like 8-pointed star, right? With Arna, right? Our people are going to wake up, come back, and take over. But what they're trying to do is keep us asleep. If you haven't noticed, do things that everybody needs. Exactly, right? Do things that everybody needs in a recession. And we'll talk about that. Okay, so but what do they want though? They want your sovereignty. And how have they been getting away with it? They've been acting as a parasite, like you see right here in the screen. That's them. And they're parasiting off of you. And you're not even realizing it because you're too deep sleeping. You're sleeping with the fishes and you're not even aware of what's taking place. So they control you through taxes, debt, money, fame, notoriety, real estate, law, health, power, capitalism, all these things. This is how they control you. Look at this other one with the parasites sucking the life out of this caterpillar. Can't even move. This is what's happening. And you need to be aware of it. Right? So recession, interest rates, like we talked about. They're talking about 50 basis points that hike. That's going to bring the funds rate to 4.25. Same thing as December 2007. Now, we all know what happened in 2007. We had some challenges. And you've already seen it. People are getting laid off by the dozens, right? So these are just some of the things that I just wanted to show up on the screen. All right. Here's something that is another speculation, but also an example of being replaced in real time. So VIA, this is an AI-powered service that is VFAA regulated digital asset that basically is an AI assistant. And developed in cooperation with who? IBM, none other. So you already know what time it is. So they're replacing what they're already forecasting is assistance, legal assistance, real estate assistance, DMV assistance, all those people that, say, okay, upload your ID, so you can, get a car or buy your car. All that stuff can be done with this blockchain technology. So this is something that you may want to look into. I think there's I think I put a video just kind of just showing what exactly it's doing. So this is something that is just purely interacting in real time. You upload the picture, it'll take care of all that stuff. So this is something that you can literally invest in real time. So I know that's just a sidebar. So let's talk about this. This is important. E equals I times R. This is the same thing as V equals I times R, but the way I'm breaking it down is very similar. So energy is what's going to be allowing you to do a multitude of things. I is for current, so that means we're talking about skills, people connections, bridges you have built that are solid, and then resistance, meaning your money's right, property's right, things of value that can stand against force, the force of outside forces, right? This is what's going to keep you here, literally. And if you don't utilize these things with your skills, learning new skills, connecting with people, putting yourself in new environments where you're developing relationships with people, you're going to find yourself being wiped out and depleted of energy because the parasite is literally living off of you and sucking you dry to the bone. So the idea is that a lot of us are not doing a lot of these different things. Like you're leaving this planet not used up, meaning you haven't exerted all your energy into the world and making a difference in what it is that you're wanting to do because you're not sure what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And you're kind of wandering and guessing. Um, yeah, so and then I know I have a little chart where it's talking about some of the soft skills that are still valuable. These skills are still always going to be valuable. System evaluation, being able to evaluate a system from top level overview and just seeing, okay, how things work in systems, building systems, developing systems, managing of personal resources. So anyway, 10 economic commandments. Some of y'all are like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. I hope you have. It's in the economic Bible, right? And these are things that you want to be following. These are things you want to be doing. You should be doing this already. Clearly, right? So if you don't know where it is, economic Bible, right? And we're going to be talking about this stuff. So the question that you always have to ask yourself is, what is your value? What is it that you came here to bring? What is it that you're here to do? Planning out your purpose, planning out what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And you need to know are you valuable or are you taking up space? So use the SIS rule for economics. And that means save, pay debt, and have enough for a rainy day, invest, and speculate. These are going to be the 3 combo hits, right? And then basically, what is economics? Is just the study of choices. Have you realized that you are in the position that you're in based off of choices that you made? So some of us may have spent our money poorly. Some of us have maybe did too much tricking, or maybe we didn't invest when we should have because we had enough safety in our net to be able to actually do that. Or maybe we speculated too hard and we ended up getting the downfall. So a lot of this stuff is choices, and that's really what economics boils down to in simplistic form is choices. Okay, so your plan. Do you have a life plan? Do you have a real estate plan? Do you have a business plan? Do you have an estate plan? If you do not have none of these things, you are going to find yourself in a bad situation, especially if something happens, right? You don't want to have surprises because that is a choice if you don't have a plan for any of these categories. So you need to know what's your plan and what is the plan, right? So if you need help with that, reach out to us, HAWAB Region 6. We'll be able to help you with that, or any of the jurors, right? We should be able to help you with all of that stuff. So saving. Some of y'all are not saving enough. Some of y'all do not have enough money for a bad day. Some of y'all are in positions where you're like, I need to borrow money from somebody quickly because I do not have enough money and I have not been taking care of finances. This is an issue. This is a problem. Your energy has been depleted and you're running off of fumes. Why? Because you're not budgeting your energy. That's one of the economic Bible commandments. You need a budget. And you didn't stick to that budget. That means I know everybody likes to have fun. I get it. Who doesn't like traveling? Who doesn't like, we are the only people that like to, we be looking so fly. We be having the nice things, but we be broke in the bank account. If somebody audited our bank account, some of us be looking like with our pants down. Like, oh my God, you in the negative? How are you even affording this? I guess some people ask questions. I'll get to those questions a little bit later. Yeah, I mean, so we just look fly on the outside, but we're really not rich. So I don't care how you present yourself. If you got nice things, that's cool. That's great. But really, what's in your bank account? What assets do you have? Do you have enough money for a rainy day? Like, are you prepared? Are you ready? So stop buying dumb stuff, y'all. I get it. This is not the time. If this were a time to not be buying dumb stuff, this is it. Because you need to be buying strategically things that are going to be beneficial to you, your family, your tribe, your family, like yourself. Like this is important. Plan children, y'all. This ain't the time to just be willy-nilly having children. You don't think having children is expensive? You need at least over $1 million. Over $1 million. I said over $1 million to be raising a child in a great environment, in a, jointly together family household. You want to be planning your children. You don't want no stress. You don't want none of that stuff. I'm telling you. And you need to, some of y'all have not opened up your business bank accounts from Arna. You need to be open at least 5 to 10. Why? Because maybe your bank starts acting up. Starts, oh, well, we're going to freeze $80,000 in your account. I'm like, why? Why are you freezing my money? Well, you don't want to put all your money in one account. You want to spread it out. So what does that mean? That means you need to be having the courage to open up multiple business bank accounts, right? Some of y'all are like, man, I just made it. I got one business bank account with Arna. I did it. It was hard, but I did it. You gotta open more. And then use your business entity to interact with other businesses to get, benefits, discounts, things of that nature. Sometimes I'll be going into stores and I'm like, yeah, I need the tax exemption. They give me a whole different discount. I'm like, oh, okay. It's more than the taxes. So I'm saving a whole lot of money, right? So use your tax exemption too, right? So a little bit deeper on the saving. The IRS is coming. They're coming for people. But it shouldn't be coming for you if you're using your indigenous business properly. You don't have any contracts with them. It should not be coming for you, right? They're talking about Americans, that $600 transaction. You shouldn't even have to worry about it if you're using your indigenous business. What you got to worry about, right? Your business is tax exempt. You yourself, as a indigenous person, is tax exempt. So there's nothing you to worry about. But for those who have been, dibbling and dabbling, gonna be in trouble. You're gonna see some letters. You're gonna see a 1099 at your doorstep. So yeah, like what we said. I think another thing that a lot of people are banking on is a high income tax return. If for those who file the taxes and whatnot, you're probably banking off of a high income tax return. Yeah, some of y'all gonna be disappointed this coming year because they about to be taxing that butt. They be like, oh no, you don't get this much because of X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. You're not gonna get that much. So you need to be prepared. So you need to be saving too. All right. And as you can see, on top of the 80,000, they've hired more people. This is November 9th. They've hired more people to help people in person. What does that mean, y'all? I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. Okay, here's an example of how they're leeching, right? You see Muhammad Ali, he didn't cash in on his name, his iconic figure, his IP, till he was 64. He sold his brand. He sold a good portion of his brand, right? So they're leeching off of you, your brand, your IP, your business, and you as a person by operating as a 14th Amendment citizen. That's how they're doing it, right? So here's a new trick that they're doing, right? That they deployed, right? I know y'all been seeing this. Lensa AI, the selfie generator. It's cool. It looks phenomenal, right? I'm not knocking it. But there is something that I have a problem with, right? And it's what you're consenting to, right? And this AI intelligence software, what it's doing is that it's basically it has the authority to sell, upload, distribute all your content without your consent, and you don't get paid for it. You don't get no royalties for that. So that's explicitly in the terms and conditions that we have the authority to use, reproduce, modify, distribute, create derivative works. They leeching off of you. And everybody's doing it. That's cool. It looks cool. I'm not knocking it, but just putting that out there. So what I would suggest that you could do, right, is maybe do an abstract drawing or something, right? I don't know if it'll accept that or not. Maybe upload it to this device to the AI system, and then they'll come up with some type of abstract drawing, right? And then you can take that drawing, all the 19 or 20, however many they upload or give to you, and then you can upload it to Shutterstock, and you get paid off of royalties for people who download that stuff. I don't know if that would work. That's the idea that comes to my mind. But the other point that I want to make is that the only difference between AI and us is that we are too afraid to stand up, plan, execute something, and have each other's back. Loyalty. period. Um, that's the only difference. So why do I bring that up? All this stuff. Why does it matter? Well, listen, that clock is ticking, y'all. That bomb is a ticking time bomb. This right here, trillions of dollars of debt. And some of us are playing like it's cool. It's different. I know you get it. You use debt to get land or real estate, things of that nature. I get that. But like to use debt to buy food, to buy clothes, a trip. What we doing? You need to utilize debt for maybe an emergency. When I say emergency, maybe you see a great opportunity to capitalize on the asset. So you have like $20,000 in a credit card, and you're like, okay, I see a property that's worth investing maybe like 10,000 to get the property and things of that nature, and then boom, you can take it, rent it out, or do whatever you need to do. As an example that comes to my mind, but you need to at least have something secured so that you can utilize that stuff for a rainy day, because banks are tightening on lending. So yeah, debt is stress. You're right, debt is stress. So yeah, y'all, we got to save, right? So that's the S, right? We got to save. Use the economic Bible to get yourself out of debt, along with the protocol manual, or you can hire a jurist. Doesn't matter. Or you can hire somebody from the Special Associates or HAWAB DFW law firm. It doesn't matter. The idea is that there are processes and procedures to get yourself out of debt. Clock is ticking. Okay, so you want to knock out this debt. All right, let's talk about investing. Some of y'all are like, oh yes, finally something interesting, right? So investing in stocks, real estate, private companies, life insurance. Some of y'all playing games. Some of y'all act like y'all not about to go. We have one life. You don't want to be a burden on somebody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You don't want to be a burden, because I've seen it, and people go through a lot when they have to bury somebody and they're not prepared and they didn't leave a plan. They didn't even leave a will. So that means they have a whole lot of assets scattered. But also investing in new skills, y'all. Valuable skills that we talked about before, like from blockchain, quantum computing. We talked, and we're going to talk a little bit about more of the skills that are worth investing in. Skills from Aboriginal University. Like, this stuff is crazy. Investing into your local jurisdictions, regional jurisdictions, tribal government. Hell, even investing in Sun Village. Some of y'all are like, damn. Yes, Sun Village, y'all. All right. So these are some of the skills that are worth looking into. Quantum computing, cloud computing, AI, robotic humanoids, because we probably need to start thinking about how we're going to build robots to fend off some of the BS that's about to take place. That is taking place, not about to, but is taking place. And we need to start thinking like that. How are we going to secure the jurisdiction? We need to build some robots that we can control, program, that can be hacked. All these things, cybersecurity. We need to start thinking about that. Biotechnology, like, I mean, you see that they're doing biological warfare, right? Just saying. Blockchain technology. I ain't gonna let that one go. So I'm gonna give you an example of how valuable just investing in a private company. So there are rules to investing in private companies. You can invest in private deals on Republic, Seed Invest. There's a lot of websites, right, that you can invest in, especially since there is an act that was passed that allows you to do that. So I invested in this company, Celoton, right? Celoton, basically their IP, what they actually brought was a physical product, tattoo removing company. I was like, oh damn, how they do it? Through acoustics. I was like, I never heard that shit before. So I was like, I'm gonna throw some money in that, right? That's me investing. So I'm like, okay, if they do something, which they can, but they also can fail too. Don't get it twisted. Just because they have a good product, maybe their marketing sucks. They can still fail. Or maybe they ran out of money. That's also another factor. So these are different factors that you have to take into consideration when you're investing into these private deals. But I threw some money at it. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. 4 months later, this company goes public. I said, oh, that's another increase, right? So I was like, oh, damn, I made some money off of that, right? The next thing you know, the company gets bought out. I said, oh shit. So I see a check in the mail. So I was like, oh, I see a check to my estates. So that's how quick, and that was over when that company got bought out was a year and a half later after they went public. So total, we're talking about 2 years, right? 2.5 years, let's just say worst case scenario. That I invested my money into this private company, and I was able to get I got a decent, quick amount return on that. But again, there's might be times that it may be taking a little bit longer. Like it could take 5, maybe 10 years before you get a return on your investment. But all it takes is just one to have a real nice return, is what I'm saying. There's gonna be some that you're gonna fail. I have had some that failed. I invested into this African American black basketball league that's supposed to be something similar or different to Ice Cube's Big Three. They ended up having financial issues. They ended up, getting into some kind of situation with Ice Cube and legal battles. So it failed. So you can lose money too. But all it takes is one. If you're investing in multiple different deals, all it takes is one. You were asking about what about the skin matching type? Well, the Celoton is the company that removes tattoos. So usually tattoos are permanent. They are permanent, but the way that this company was doing it was using acoustics, an acoustic technology to remove the tattoo completely from a person's skin. Doesn't matter what skin tone. So that's what that company was about. And so there's different companies I know have recommended, some of the companies that I've invested in online. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's true. Only invest what you can stand to lose. Some of y'all be set aside $50 and y'all be sweating. You'll be like, man, I need that $50. I need that $50 ASAP. So it's like only invest in what you can put in real time. And usually when you invest, you're not worried about it because you saved, right? We talk about that pillar. We saved enough. Now we have enough. We have play money to invest in. That's important. All right, let me move on real quick. So, Aboriginal shape, economics. How do you build up some skills? One of the ways that nationals and non-nationals can do IPA, sign yourself up for Aboriginal University courses, right? Get your new skills up. Be able to write, dissertations. That's another source of revenue for you. Teaching courses, that's another source of revenue for you, right? So these are opportunities for you to actually do that. This is not the only thing, but I would just highly recommend that as a good foundation. All right, let's talk about speculating. I know I like talking about blockchain and crypto, y'all. So we know there's a perceived value. We understand that blockchain is not going anywhere. And what I would say is that you at least want to put 5% aside into blockchain technologies and crypto. Why? Because like we talked about in the beginning with Cypherium, they're being implemented in real time situation applications with FedNow, right? So I'll talk a little bit about that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they're saying that possibly Bitcoin could dip again, right? To at least 5, 7, maybe 8,000. It could dip that hard. And if you just throw in even 1,000, 500 at 5,000, and then it could go up to 100,000, 60,000 again. That's worth speculating, and Bitcoin has a perceived value. It does because it's being utilized in countries like Africa, South America. It's being used in real time. So it's worth looking into if you haven't already. All right. So here's another company that I think is still worth investigating, speculating. Elron or Elron Gold. Short story. I invested into this token when it was Elron, and I bought a handful, and it was like $4, right? I was like, maybe it'll go to like 20. And I'm like, okay, I cash out. This joker went up to $200. I said, oh shoot. But Kojo got greedy, right? He's like, man, it ain't going nowhere. It's gonna stay there, right? Dipped all the way to 30 to I think it's at $40 right now. And so I was like, oh man, I should have like sold some of it. So what I'm saying is that you don't want to just set it and forget it. You need to be monitoring what your assets are doing, what are they doing, how they're doing it, and things of that nature. I'm telling you, because that could be a chance that you missed on, taking profit off the table. And people do that with stocks and things of that nature. They know when to take profit, so that's important. Know when to take profit. So that was the whole moral of the story on that. So why am I even talking about it? I want y'all to see what they're saying. We believe digital assets, blockchain technology are transforming the new era, financial inclusion, economic freedom, and prosperity. This is what they're saying. But nobody seems to be talking. Look, I'll blow this up. Look at who's involved, though, right? You got MasterCard, y'all, Visa, Discovery. Now, these are people who run our lives, right? With the debit cards and stuff like that. They run the lives, right? Even Fidelity, y'all. Okay. So all I'm saying is that it's still worth speculating. Let me see. Okay. We talked a little bit about this digital identity and stuff like that. So the world is changing, like we talked about before. The world is changing. And it's transforming right before your eyes. I promise you. If you don't do something about it, you're gonna get left behind. If you're not even adapt to what's going on, meaning you're still leaving stuff on exchanges, you don't know how to move money around, you don't know how to be your own bank, you're gonna get left behind quickly. So the reason why I'm even talking about it is because they're talking about a world government still in 2022, because that's the agenda. If you don't know, global governance, right? I don't know if anyone's read this before. Global governance 2025. Y'all, this is a real deal. They want control. They want control over your sovereignty, and they're doing it through different means, right? So that's why you always want to make sure that you're doing things as a tribe, right? So anyway, and here's one of the kind of blurbs that they're talking about: biotechnology. You see what they're doing with, and another thing is management of energy, food, water resources, y'all. You see that they shut down the power in North Carolina. Random. You see what they're doing with Flint. You see what they're doing in what is it, Mississippi, with the water ain't clean, y'all. Water is not clean. What are they trying to do? They're trying to limit resources and reduce people, bottom line, and do it through control. So what's the big picture? Do indigenous businesses and contracts with each other. Don't be like, oh, I trust you to do the right thing. Put it in writing. Put it in writing. That way we hold each other accountable, right? So if somebody's not upholding to the contract, cool. We talk about it. If we need to, fix it, we'll fix it, right? So I'm bringing up Sun Village because it's worth participating. We have an indigenous, township in our jurisdiction. We want to build this thing up, participate in it, and get paid. You can get paid. There's paid positions, right? There's things that we need help with, right? We can't do it all. But the big thing is that nationality is your resource, right? Like we talked about in the beginning. If you get credentialed in one of the courses at Aboriginal University, you can start your entrepreneurship journey right then and there, and then you can do other things to help build your economy, right? By providing services to other people and solving their problems, right? And then, using your tax exemption because you're a nationalist tax exempt and you have a tax exempt business. So it's just throwing away the old model that we've always have thought of doing, like getting up, going to work, wasting time, getting up, go to work, wasting time, right? We need to cut that short. And like we talked about, just kind of contracting with everybody. Don't enter into contracts that are not necessary. You right. Some people get offended when you talk about contracts. They're like, yo, you don't trust me? You don't trust me? Nope. Let's just put it in writing. Just put it in writing, just so that we hold each other accountable, right? Um, and basically, contracts is a result of your life, right? And how you managing it. If your life is piss poor, you must not be managing the contracts right, or things happen. I get that, but in general, everything you do is contracts, whether it be verbal contract, whether it be written contract. There is some form of an agreement taking place. You're like, yeah, yeah, I got you. I'll knock that out for you, or I'll meet you over here, X, Y, Z, or whatever. Whoever you're talking to, whoever you're dealing with, it's in some form of an agreement, and you need to be able to manage that. That means with moms too. Mom says that, oh, can you do this? If you do it for me, I'll pay you. You like, oh, I know it's moms, but like sometimes you're going off on the deep end. You need to make sure that everything is kind of like squared away, because family is a business, right? It's not just all loves and hugs, which is important. It's a business, and you got to manage it as such. All right. Building local jurisdictions, y'all. Some of y'all are like, I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to get started. What do I do? Well, it's in your book, but also I'm just going to put on the screen. You can get started today, right? And you want to have jurisdictions to protect you. That's the idea. If you have a local jurisdiction, you have jurisdictions that you participate in. These are the things that are going to protect you from outside forces coming in trying to do some weird stuff. As long as you didn't enter yourself into a contract, you didn't sign anything, whatever the case is, you didn't injure anybody, you're okay, right? Just stay within your lane, help build up the community, participating in different things of that nature. What is going on over here? Let me make sure. Okay, cool. I know, my bad, y'all. But these are just some of the things that you need to have in order to start a local jurisdiction, y'all. And then just be sure you're courting too, right? There's nothing wrong with you haven't found one to just really marry, but you want to be building towards starting a family that the person actually matches with you. So that way you're not wasting each other's time, and it's okay if it doesn't work out the courtship, because it's not girlfriend or boyfriend mindset, right? That's not, you're courting somebody. You're trying to make sure that we're all on the same page. We're working towards the same goal. And if not, we probably need to cut it short. So these are things that are important in building a local jurisdiction. And there's going to be times where it's just going to be hard, right? But you still got to push the ball forward, because it's your family, it's other people's families, and that's what matters. Because you see what they're doing on the outside. We ain't got nothing out there, right? Obviously we got people we can connect with and possibly do business if it makes sense. But like in general, they're planning to genocide, continue to genocide. Let me not say that. Continuing to genocide on blacks, African Americans, the so-called Negro. Period. In the story. So we need to build jurisdictions, and it takes men to step up to do that. It takes families to step up to do that, to want to actually do that. Period. I'm only taking orders for what was given to me, from Chief Ali, that this is what we have to do. And it's hard. It's not easy. But if you don't do it, what else you got? You got the 14th Amendment citizen lifestyle, the US jurisdiction. You see what they doing? Ain't nothing good. So just saying. Okay. Another thing that I think is important, you gotta work hard. We can't be lazy, y'all. Everybody getting too comfortable. I know it's like, oh man, it's the holidays. But they're getting you groomed to be lazy, to be comfortable. Or maybe they're getting you to be anxious. You're like, oh man, I don't know what to do. And you just don't do anything. That's still not good either. When you have a plan, you're working the plan, you're executing the plan, you're working in your jurisdiction, you're working your indigenous businesses, and you're moving forward and you're getting better every single day. That is what's going to keep you, and you're taking care of your health. Gotta know, gotta, if your health is not straight, you're going to have some problems. You're going to experience some difficulties. So we all have access to phones, laptops, all this other stuff. And this is stuff that, I'm like, we're not using it as we should. It's actually using us. So I'm going to show you some ways to actually use that. Okay. We talked about this before, but the fourth industrial revolution is the digital economy. What does that mean? What does digital economy mean? Right. And it's disrupting everything that you know, right? Everything, even food banks. Look at what they said. This is the US food bank is going digital. How do you make a food bank go digital? I didn't even think that was possible, but it is. So let's talk. So digital banking, e-commerce, e-commerce is very important. And we're going to give you examples of that if we haven't already. Virtual education, smartphone apps, or just smartphone operations, and collaborating with other people who are aligned with what you want to do and what you have planned. It's very important collaborating with people who are like-minded and make sense, right? Um, so digital bank, right? Put that in your mind, right? Real estate. Some of y'all have never owned real estate. You may want to start thinking about it. From what we talked about earlier, you see what they're doing. They basically have digitized real estate. So how does that mean? That means you don't have to actually go somewhere physically to see the land or see the property to actually buy it. You can buy it online. And it's a seamless transaction, all done through the web. You don't have to go down, you have to sit in a room. This stuff can literally be done on the internet. And a lot of people aren't taking advantage of it. And when you don't do that and you're not dipping your toes into real estate physically, guess who else is buying it? Asians, Hispanics, Europeans, Jews. And so you need to find a way to own properties, bottom line. We're going to talk about that next class, what to actually do. But it's pretty simple. Just go to Google. Find properties that are in your area that really make sense, that they're not, and also you need to work with a real estate agent so that way, or get some way to get access to the MLS system. So that way you're not paying too much for a particular property. And understand that, yes, prices are inflated, but they're coming down because people thought they were going to sell this property at 10x the price. No. So prices are coming down. And I think it's an opportunity to dip your toes in. Just from my perspective, even if you're getting land, and land is really the easiest. Seriously. Yeah. And that's the other thing. You're right. Immigrants buy together. So, and that's what, one of the things that I wanted to bring up is that there is a project that I want to offer to people who want to invest in, right? Buying, I think, what is it? I want to buy for the jurisdiction, just for the tribe, 40 plus acres of land, right? And I want to see who wants to actually participate in it. And if you don't, it's cool. But I wanted to throw an offer out there, right? Because we need as much land as we can get, period, right? Just like you were saying, they buy together. Why not? Okay, so this is the idea. This is one of the places I was looking at, but I was like, oh man, it's a lot of land. I think this one, the one that's on the screen, is like maybe 100 plus, maybe 200 acres. But I think it's like maybe in the millions or something like that. There's others that are in reasonable ranges. But the idea is that we can start basically mini towns, mini cities, and just start building from what we need to do, right? So if you want to know more, definitely send us an email. This is another way that you can, participate in real estate if you're maybe a little bit nervous about it. So just an idea. Whole life insurance. There's stuff that you can just start. And when you have a whole life insurance policy, you actually become your own bank. So that what does that mean? You can actually borrow against your policy. So let's say you got $1 million policy, and you can get $1 million policy for like 150 to $200 a month, and it does not expire. Like, what does that mean? That means even if it goes past 30 years, right? Which we're living past, the time that they're expecting us to do. That doesn't mean that it expires, that you have to renew it. And when you renew it at different insurance companies, your health is hopefully it's not at a different level, but it's just not as it may not be as agile, right? Should be fine, but some of these companies like you're at a risk because you're at older, and that's really the issue, is that you're older and anything can happen is what they're coming from. But with the insurance companies that I named at the beginning, Mutual, Northwestern Mutual, MetLife, these are some of the top, life insurance companies that their policies are relatively cheap, like in the $100 range to $200 range for a large amount of a whole life policy, right? I'm gonna bring the guy just so he's on mute. So Yogi's on. So you want to have a whole life policy. It's very important, I promise you, because the other thing, like we keep talking about, you may go and you don't want to be a burden. That's important. You just don't want to be a burden. And then you can be doing peer-to-peer lending. So that means you're letting somebody, borrow X amount of dollars. You have a contract in place of the interest rate, and then they pay you back plus the interest. That's another way to be a digital bank. This can all be done via the internet. And blockchain can even simplify this, but if you don't want to do it that way, you can still do it peer to peer, have a contract in place, everybody signs it, you lend out the money, they know the time frame, they know the interest. Boom, you're making money off of debt, right? Because that's really what the dollar is, right? Y'all understand that it's debt. And then your skills and knowledge. Bartering system. Bartering. Your skills have value to somebody because somebody needs to know something or needs help with something. So it's very important. Let me keep this train going, y'all. Creating a course, y'all. There is people who want to know what you know. Maybe you're good at cooking. Maybe you're good at, creating let's say a 3D print, figurine or firearm, or maybe creating clothes. People want to know how to do that. And you can teach people how to do that. And you can create a course for that. Where do you upload it at? You upload it to Coursera or ThinkFlick or Fic. Yeah, Thinkific. And you can put it together with a coaching package. So some people are like, oh, well, I went through the course. Some people don't even go through the course. They buy courses and don't even go through it. Mind blowing. But that's not your problem. You can still offer coaching for them because sometimes life happens to people. So sometimes people need hands-on. And then that's where you add value to people by walking them through, by coaching them, right? And so that's where you bring value and add value to people. And then you promote it, on social media. You create social media surrounding it. You record the videos. This can all really be done within a month time period if you're doing it correctly. And you can start selling it and start promoting it. Now, again, the course has to be something of value that people want to know what you are doing or how you're doing it. So think about creating some type of educational course for people that's of value. Maybe you're good at programming. Maybe you're good at programming drones. Like maybe you're good at programming robotic, devices. Like that stuff is valuable to people. And sometimes people make things complicated for whatever reason. But if you can simplify it, deliver it in a way that makes sense to people, bro, you got it. You got some money right there. So just think about it, right? And you need to learn how to sell it too, right? Because like if you don't know how to sell things, you don't know how to ask for the sell. Some of y'all gonna be stranded, right? Ask for the sell. So, getting into think tanks, y'all, and groups. Like we talked about earlier, let's talk together as groups. Let's talk about strategizing what's next, what's coming, being active in your local jurisdictions and your regional jurisdictions. going to different conferences. Some of y'all have never gone to different conferences. This is how I even know different things that I come across because I'm going to different conferences to learn, and they keep talking about the same thing. They're talking about this conference I went to, talking about space and um, basically capitalizing on space and um, for lack of a better term, trying to conquer space. And how can they make money off of space? It's crazy. And this is what people do. I just couldn't believe that this is like the Lockheeds, the Boeings, the Raytheons. All these people were talking about this stuff, and I'm like, this is crazy. But this is something you would learn if you go to different conferences and different think tanks. Maybe even going to your chamber of commerce where you run into different politicians, right? You rub shoulders with people. This is where you get kind of some different exposure to what's happening in your city or your state. Like there's a lot of money being funneled into real estate. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning. There's a lot of money being poured into specific city or specific states like Georgia, Texas, Arizona. I'm trying to think of New York is another one. They're still pouring money into that. I think maybe Chicago. So you want to do these things and then just get certified at Aboriginal University, y'all. I know I keep saying the same thing, but it's just like repetition. We're gonna run this pretty quickly, but some of y'all are still struggling with computer basics. Some of y'all don't know how to send emails. I be getting phone calls. I be looking into y'all's eyes. And I'll be like, "Are you sure you do not know what I'm saying to you right now about sending an email?" Some of these apps should be on your phone, all right? Gmail, just email in general, maybe having some type of OneDrive or Google Drive, whatever the case is, right? These are apps that you want to have, and there are different apps, but just some of the tech basics so that you can fund and operate your digital business, right? And you have other digital real estates, like you create a YouTube, and we talk about that stuff later in the next class. But I just want to kind of give a high level overview of the things that you should be thinking about doing. But they're surrounded usually around cosmology reading, which the guy's going to do today for some people if you want to tap in. And then just some of y'all don't know what a zip file is, and I'll be feeling bad because I'm like, you don't know how to like unzip the file, but I show people. So we So the idea is that you don't want to be left behind the times, y'all. Like it's very important. I know some people are like older, like, I don't like technology. Look, technology is running everybody's life. Period. You need to get familiar with it. You need to be able to use it. Right? Laptops versus desktops. Some of y'all still rolling around with the desktop, right? Let's get a laptop that's small enough, that's portable, that you can carry on the go. That you're not locked to a desk. Just anyway. Using your phone. Don't let it use you. And then after that, I'll skip past this, but I'm gonna let the God do some Cosmo readings for the collective. You ready, God? I think you're on mute.
Yes, sir. Peace, family. Peace, God.
Peace,
How y'all
peace.
doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good. Um, yeah, this is anybody who wants to know for their business, get a cosmology reading on your business, maybe finances. This is a good time to like ask these kind of specific questions. The guy will do a specific reading for you in your business, and I just wanted to just kind of like do that, for people so that they can like start the new year, in March, April, with a really focused mindset. So ask those questions. Then the God, you got it, man. I'm gonna let you take over. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, that's first of all, great presentation, brother. It's great. We need this. We need to learn this. How to stay in economic shape. Right now, y'all economics is obese, and I don't mean functionally.
right, right,
But
absolutely, man.
but yes, he talked about business readers. You know, I know a lot of y'all like, but what is that? Well, I can give an example. I can use my business.
Okay. I can stop sharing if you want me to stop sharing, guys.
You
Let me
could,
see.
oh, that's why I meant to pull up too. Um, freezing. Oh, I didn't even save it.
I,
Goodness. See, that's why he talked about tech basics. Learning how to save your presentations is a start. Um, that's okay though. That's okay. So I can give an example. I let y'all use, y'all supposed to be learning how to visualize anyway. So I want y'all to visualize what I'm saying. So when it comes to the business reading, we could take as far as I know right now, as far as I studied, three things we could take. Either the business name itself, the corporation date, the day you got it registered, or for me, I even used the day I launched the website, you know, sort of put it on display for public. And my business is called Walk Aid. It's WOKAID, Walk Aid. And my business is a three of diamonds. I programmed my business to be registered to launch the website on December the 2nd, which is a famous artist named Juice WRLD's birthday. Um, I also registered my business myself for the first time on November, which was also a three of diamonds day, which wasn't even planned. So my business deals with multiple services. I do health, economics, and cosmology as services. Three of diamonds, as we know, deals with multiple businesses, um, using creativity to create many streams of income. So I treat Wake as such versus only yielding it to one aspect. I yield it to multiple. That's why I named it Walk 8, which deals with Neptune, which deals with spirituality. And tonight y'all gonna get a treat, cause I'm gonna break down the word spirituality for y'all. Cause a lot of spooks, they make the word spiritual spooky. But spiritual, as I learned from my teacher, Dr. Ali Muhammad, spiritual means the state of your breathing. Good breath equals good spirits. Bad breath equals bad spirits. So when you look at somebody, you say they're spiritual, well, that means we're dealing with air, which means we're dealing with communications and intelligence. So to be spiritual is to be intelligent. So that's a basis of my business. And I chart my business throughout the weeks, years, and days to see when to promote, to see, do I need to look at reconstructing it, the inside, the SOEO marketing, things that I'm learning now that relates to tech basics and things of that nature, learning how to market the business all the way. And so we use cosmology as a point to market and chart the days that we need to teach, lecture. Maybe we need to hop on Instagram live and actually teach. Maybe we need to write an ebook, based on our services. And those are many streams of incomes that you can do as a brother related, that you can write dissertations and things of that nature that creates multiple instances of income. Um, so now I'm gonna pull up. I am gonna share something. Hopefully, it lets me share it. Um,
We have somebody that threw up. We have Sister Mia. She threw up a date for retirement. You want to throw a little yogi magic on that?
she said for retirement.
Yeah, retirement day right here.
Retirement day. Okay, let me. Okay, first let me. Let's see. Video file. Oh, shares. Let me see. Make sure window.
Let me know.
See, I wanted to share the charts, the Astro Zulukin charts, because
Right.
I need to put those in the presentation like I wanted to. Um, let me see if it let me share the file. I'm sorry, fam, I don't mean to hold y'all up.
No, you good. You good. That's that technology, man.
There's
So
a technology.
it be
Yeah.
happening. I don't know why it be going off like that.
Let's
It do. It be acting weird sometimes. So,
see. Oh, you know what? Perfect, because I'm gonna talk about this too. Okay, let me bring this up. I want to bring the documents.
you want to? Can you send it like via iMessage and then maybe I'll pull it up for you and like share it on the screen?
I could probably, yeah. Oh, here you go. Actually, right here. Let me see if the. I says okay. Yeah, I could share. I could try to share it. And I see y'all question, family. I'm sorry. Um,
Oh, you good. You good.
I guess the file. I was trying to share the book, the history of cartomancy. That way, people could see the Zulukin charts that we use to chart um, weeks and years. Um, I don't know if you knew how to pull it up or not. Let me share my. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if people can you see my screen? If you talking, you're on mute. I think.
Can you see it now? It should be uploaded. You see it?
Oh yeah, I think. Okay, my screen is sharing now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, cool. All right, great. And the sister says for retirement, December 31st, 2022. Okay, let's see. So y'all seeing, y'all gonna
And then
see me.
she said this too. She said mine because it's is ace of clubs and other two are three of hearts.
What's the BC? She mean
Card. So
birth chart is the ace of clubs and two or three of hearts. Okay.
mm,
You're doing it for retirement.
yeah.
So I guess I would have to answer. Are you trying to see the energies around the day you retire? Is that
Yeah, put that in the chat. Sister Mia, what are you actually wanting to see?
yeah?
And
Cause
for
if you're
those who
trying
are
to see, cause you trying to see the energy around the day that you are retiring, I would need your birthday, and then I would look for that date using your birthday.
she said yes to energies.
All right. So what you gonna do? You're gonna put your birthday. I'm gonna calculate yours to that week of, and then we're gonna see the energy for it. And then I'm gonna break it down.
Yeah. Yo, hit that like button, y'all. A
Hit
lot of
that like
knowledge up in
button
Hey,
and watch she type that. I mean,
yeah. So everybody else, like I know, I see Brother Ogun. I know you typed in your date of for your business, but be specific as far as like what you want to know for as far as like energy wise, so that way we can get to you next as well. So go ahead, God.
Is there okay? Birthday June 29th, 1960. Okay. Let's see. June 29th. All right. Where's that? Where's that? There we go. For the date of retirement, it was 12. I could look it up in the comments. 12/31.
12/31.
I see it. 629, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 16, 18, 19. All right, so 27, 1965. Yeah, see, astrologers don't gotta do this. They ain't gotta do all the math and stuff. You know what I mean? We do actual math. We gotta actually calculate. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Gotta do the mathematics, right?
Do the mathematics.
Yes,
I just
right.
wanted y'all to see. That's why I wanted to share that, because I want y'all to see us actually do the mathematics for this and see what cosmologists have to do.
Yeah.
So let me see. Okay. All right, so that's
And she put this, my biz focus for 2023 is genealogy and gardening. So
and the big focus for 2023 is genealogy and gardening. All right. Okay. So let me get okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it says 84 plus 27. 102. So you're on plate 58. Okay. They say he for the 31st. All right.
mm-hmm.
So let me was it June 29th? That should be because that should be in the diamonds area, if I'm not mistaken, because the clubs end. No, that shouldn't be in the diamonds. Let me see.
It's my 31st.
Then your birth card is
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Clubs.
Yep.
So you're an Ace of Clubs, so that's a person who's curious about everything. Person who, gears new informations and new ideas, and they also are very chatty to say very talkative. You know what I mean? So you definitely someone who should be, on live streams teaching. If you're interested in genealogy and as an aspect where you could teach to the public about, lineages and things of that nature across the world.
Mm-hmm. And you talk about your gardening, show them your garden, how what you're doing, all that type of stuff.
Yes. And so your day started on the 28th. So 8 to 9, 30. Wow, that's real good. That's Jack of Diamonds.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on. I might have been reading it. I skipped down the love. I skipped down the road. Sorry. So 8 to 9. That's a King of Hearts.
Okay. Okay.
It's a good card. So the King of Hearts, represents family, um, mastering your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's also what we would call the performer's card too, as well. In some instances, for you on the 31st, you are planning. So the King of Hearts is in Mars, Jupiter. So you are dealing with some type of plan, detailed planning, sound planning, and it could be surrounded about your family. When I look at your moon cards, you got the Jack of Hearts, nine of spades, and jack of diamonds. So that's telling me one, you're planning for family to sacrifice time, support is something coming to the end, and then the jack of diamonds usually initiates either initiation of an entrepreneurship. It can also represent a financial reward or something of that nature. So that's telling me because that jacket, so the jack of diamonds is still important because
Mhm.
displacing the ten of diamonds, so that's telling me your retirement is going to look very beautiful with a good amount coming in. And since you already got a focus for 2023, that's good because you're retiring and now you're initiating yourself into an entrepreneurship.
Right.
And so initially that sacrifice, that ending and sacrifice is going to actually, gear you to have even more freedom of time. Um, yeah, that's real good.
That's
And let me
good.
see. And that's on your Jupiter day too, as well.
Lucky.
So
Lucky.
that's real. That's the luckiest day. So that's a good day to, you know, that was you was planning that day to retire. It's like, yeah, that's a good day. You have a
Right.
clear mind, a sound plan, and you're entering to 2023 with goals already ready to be completed.
Correct.
So that's good. That's real good. Uh, Also on that day, you got a two of spades and Saturn and Mercury. So you could be dealing either somebody is a two of spades or you're dealing with some type of partnership. Um, Maybe somebody helping you manage. Somebody aiding you in management. Maybe completing. Maybe it's because I don't know everything that goes into retiring. If it's you got to complete certain processes for it, but
Yeah, you gotta have like your ducks in a row. So let's say, maybe you want to tap into your, retirement portfolio. Maybe you want to get into, your social security. All that stuff has to be like really organized. Or if you have a pension, if you work at a government, you got to make sure that all those things are done correctly in order. Maybe you need to make sure that you have um, your health situation squared away, insurance, and all that other stuff. So these are a lot of things that you have to do for your retirement, and hopefully you've gotten that stuff pre planned already and completed before you retire. So yeah.
and the guy just helped me. So that makes perfect sense. So this two of spades you got as uh, a card as a vertical card because initially you're gonna be. It looks like you're gonna be partnering with someone who could aid and help you in financial planning. So like today I get to use my method, the Uzumaki method. Get the Maki cards for you. Quick, hearts. There go the eight of diamonds. That's the retirement. And the Queen of Spades, Ten of Hearts, transformation and love. So yeah, that's real good. Cause that goes back to the Ten of Hearts. It's public, transformational love. And the Two of Spades, the person you could be working with, Ten of Clubs, Jack of Spades. So initially, maybe someone who is a Ten of Clubs or who's teaching, teacher or something of that nature. It may
Hmm.
be a Five of Hearts. Or that Five of Hearts could just represent that freedom, you know. And she said, yes, all of that plan. Okay. So you got the person who you're working with, and it may be one of them cars too. And it'll be good to work with on. I see a good functioning, of course, based on their psychological setup, because remember in honor, what the astrologers can't do is they don't associate biology with, the universe.
Right.
And so depending on how that person's health is set up, depending on, let's say for instance, they got, you know, their brain health is not good. The brain is associated with Aries, which is associated with defense and intelligence.
Right.
We know much intelligence is not going to come from them. And then if they on the Jack of Diamonds is stealth, stealing. So now you got to watch out, okay? Because we dealing with biology. Emotions are chemicals.
Hmm.
Thoughts are chemicals. So Initially if they got bad brain health, then initially they thinking about something. I ain't saying it is automatically gonna pop up. I'm saying you take precautions based on that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
Especially, you know. So yeah, that's it. That's a good day though, sister. It's a good day.
hopefully that was Sister Mia. I don't know if hopefully like, if you wanted some more direction, definitely put it in the chat. But I think that's you're on the right path. So she says thank you.
Oh yes, no problem, sister. No problem.
So we got somebody else.
Let's see.
Um, Mr. Okun, the guy, he said his birthday is 12/9,
Mhm.
1975, and his energies that he wants to figure out for his business, which is where is that? Oh, here it is. 04/06, 2022.
Okay.
He wants to figure out when is it a good time to make moves with government contracting.
And is it a good time to make moves with government contracting? Okay. Let me see. Then your birth.
I'll go down to his birthday for you. His 12/09, 1975.
Yeah, that's the one I need for this one. Let's see. December 9th. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to your actual year, brother. Um, like if you was just to make sure, because it could get kind of volatile. So if you was like, yo, I'm looking for this cosmic year to make a move on government contracting, that's what I'm going to look at. I'm gonna look at your age and year.
Okay.
So it's 1970. So I'll do 2023. I'll look at your 2023, 48. So I'll be on chart 48. Then your birth card. Then my ninth. Then you're a nine of clubs. Okay. Nine of clubs deal with universal knowledge. Some of them can be very argumentative in some instances. Yeah,
Yeah, they can be.
be a little argumentative. So but let's see. So for your business, then your business, I just want the card for it. I know he said, oh, there you go. So 4/6, okay, April 4th, April 6th. Then your business is a two of spades. So important thing for your business focus on is partner engaging in partnerships for your business. Um, let's see, none of clubs. For your crown card that year, you got a 10 of clubs and a 10 of spades. That's in
Um,
everything dealing with the public work and teaching, conferences, things of that nature. So I think your 2023 you'll be involved in a lot of um, public activities dealing with conferences, work, etc. And of course, depending on what your business exactly is, you mentioned government contracting. Um, I don't know if you already have a partnership with your business, but that is the energy of your business as it goes. It's dealing with partnerships and things of that nature. And also, 2, 3. It is the 6 of spades too. That's his second card. So dealing with you know, balancing the work. Um,
you
just
see,
made a partnership deal. All right. So you on track, brother.
right?
So you on track, my brother. So that's good. You got a partnership in place. Now I ain't gonna read everything because that'll take too long. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I mean? So, but
That's why you gotta, if you want to know more, brother
Yeah, you want to
Ogu,
know more?
go
Yeah,
to the God and schedule an appointment, right? Get some details, pay the brother,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? He'll take care of you. Okay. And he's in
yes,
our region. So
yes, sir. That's right. Region 6, man. San Antonio area. If anybody want to contact me. Um, but you are. I ain't gonna look at everything, but I will say you most likely will be dealing with, as it relates to your business. I think you will be dealing with some instances of some public work and things of that nature. Dealing with that could initially bring in some finances.
mm,
Um, you could be dealing with close relationships too, and sharing information. As far as your business is in Mars, Mercury, and your plate, so you're gonna have to have confidence and trust, not only in your business itself, but also in your partnerships. And what that means, basically, what I'm also saying is, uh, Minister Kojo already ran over it. Contracts. Make sure that your contracts is in place. Because that's gonna help create that confidence and trust as well. I know the system mentions some people don't like when we talk about contracts, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've seen too many people lose their money because they ain't create contracts. You know what I'm saying? So initially you want to have confidence, trust in your business. Also, the business aspect. The only reason I'm saying having trust and confidence in your business, a lot of people don't have trust and confidence in their businesses.
mm, mm,
They don't
mm.
even market it like they got trust in it. If
Don't
you watch me and Kojo, we market like yo, we it. Like this is like yeah, we that. You gotta market it like that. You gotta put flavor in it. So I think that's gonna be a important asset, especially when you walking into these government agencies. You know, let them know that you're present and your energy is there. You know, so
absolutely. You gotta be confident in what you're doing. And how are you confident? You have a plan, your cosmology, and you
yeah,
execute. And you're taking care of your health, right? The health, like if you don't have your health, I don't know how you're gonna perform.
yo, literally, like you gotta have your health together. You gotta have the energy, everything.
Right.
As you know, we dealing with you know we start to learn about omega 3s, EPA, and DHA, increase our intelligence, literally. So having all of that is important, in aspects to the cosmology and everything. And then as far as your business, if you want more intel, you hit me up, and then I can tell you. Now you don't want to contact them on this day because it's not going to go in that direction that you want.
That's
Contact them on this day. Matter of fact, I get an example. I just got to, because I run 3 businesses and I still do a 9 to 5 to invest in the 3 businesses. I just got a raise in my 9 to 5 because I knew when to implement that energy.
that's
So it's
important.
all about playing the game for a lot of y'all who still in 9 to 5s who are trying to get their business or start their business. Yes, you can use this, the cosmology to ask for raises, ask for promotion, etc. When the energies are uh, probability wise are more with you than against you.
Correct. He says he got a multi-million-dollar contracts on the table. Oh, that's good, bro.
Okay, that's it, guy.
So you already know what you need to do. Schedule appointment with the guy, and he'll take care of you. I just want to acknowledge some people real quick.
That's it.
Yeah, just go ahead. You already know where to find me, God. Either Hawab or Shabazz. Either way, it's all good. And then somebody, I'm gonna get to the brother. I know you, but there's somebody who asked something. Just want to make sure I get to that. With that, Lessa or whatever, it's with all filters, if I'm not mistaken. So just be sure that when you do it, just understand that's the risk that's on the table. And then this brother said, what platform exchange to invest in Ethereum? It's basically MEXX or XT.com. And then let me get to this brother. He said this. I want to make sure I acknowledge him. He's the next person that's going to be asking for his business. So I just wanted to make sure that show the guy some love. Oh,
That's right, God.
hold on. I'm trying to make sure who went first. Okay, yeah, it was okay. So the God said B Day 0705 1987. He's just looking to get out of the trucking and tap into something new, I presume.
Okay, so you want to deal more side of your characteristics or
Your gift,
career.
talents.
Yeah, your talents and gifts. So your birthday is July 5th, 1987. Um, what are you, July 5th? You
July.
10 of diamonds.
Oh man, that's the
So
you the last money card.
yeah, that's big money, big timer.
You
Yes,
don't
sir.
worry about no money.
Oh man, yes, sir. So you 10 of diamonds. July, that's fourth polarity. So
Mhm. Let's see.
initially, what's your
So you got 10 of hearts on
but
him too.
that would be your birth chart. Let me
10 of hearts is his planetary ruler,
and then
right?
10 of hearts is planetary ruler. So that's dealing with community and family action and everything in the public.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna give y'all a taste. I'm gonna hang a little watermelon over y'all head real quick. I'm gonna pull up your birth chart and I'm gonna calculate your elements, just your elements. And I ain't talking about the planets, but just the elements. I want to see how many fire you got, how much water signs you got. And I'll tell you exactly what you should think about tapping into. I just need 1 second. Uh, where's my app? There it go. Astro Matrix. But I will say you will be dealing with a lot of. So if you're somebody who's shy of speaking in the public and being that community leader who could provide transformation through economics values and love, that's something you're gonna have to work on because that's your energy. You
I
know.
think that's what he needs to. That's he needs to master air for sure because I think he's a 3 of clubs. So and that's his planetary number. So
Oh
if
yeah,
he,
so that's your plan. That's how you gotta unlock it. So 3 of clubs, that's everything communications, writing, talking. So if you like, man, I don't like talking to this person, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You know. But you can think about sometimes maybe it just take partnering with one of your friends who,
Mhm.
when y'all, chilling, playing games with, and y'all acting goofy, man, you should bring them onto the public because you'll feel more comfortable with them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Could create the space to be more comfortable for you. I just want to calculate. What is that? Count, manage users. Great. J2 is 7. So July 5th, 1987.
Oh, this is what he said. Yep, I do it. He said through rap. Yeah,
You do
yeah.
it through rap. All
That's right.
right, there you go. Yes,
That's right.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you a rapper, I mean, or if you just like, yo, but I want to, aside from that, I want to get to something else to it, to add or to even help invest into, studio time, etc. You get to that. So,
He said, "Man, you accurate." Laugh aloud. All my friends say that. And then he also said, I need my health back though. Trucking not easy on the body and mind. Yeah, God, you gotta take care of your health, man, for
yeah.
sure.
And for some of our people, we just gotta, man, we gotta stop being lazy. We gotta cook. Like, even if you by yourself, you gotta find the time to cook.
And no excuses.
Ain't no excuses. You gotta cook. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, get the Healing Thyself book, it got thousands of recipes in that joint that you can make. They are fairly quick too. So,
Mhm.
just to get your health right. Then let me see how many fire signs I feel. So let me count them up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 4 fire signs. You only got one earth sign. One, two, three. Three water. One, two, three. And three air. So overall, you're ruled by fire. That's your main element in your body. Fire deals with arts, culture, military, was it education and philosophy too as well. So that makes sense of you wanting to be a rapper to bring education, philosophy, and it's because when it comes to rap is philosophical type of way where we bring points of view through music.
Right.
So that's a good aspect. Another aspect is because your other main one is water and then air. Those are other ones you're overall ruled by. So now you're dealing with weapons, um, weapons, and energy production. So you could think about like, okay, if my son is in fourth polarity, I'm dealing with communication and family. I need to learn how to, produce energy and weapons and bring it all together to produce defense for my community. That's something you could think about getting into. We could go, 3D printing. They got 3D printing out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you should think about aspects like that. And then as far as your rap career, I mean, you know, work on, take your energies, chart your days. And of course y'all can learn more about this, booking an appointment with me. But learning the numerology aspects. I got certain days where I study, which I learned from Ali. It's certain days where I study. You got a Mercury day, you got your Venus day, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. On
Mm-hmm.
my certain days, I study new language. No matter what, whether it's computer language, Spanish, Italian, Dio della Pace, which means peace God in Italian. So I study, I study the basis. I ain't gonna say I'm a pro at it, none. But you gotta think like that because all it does is just set you up for success, and it brings you to creativity where you don't even worry about what how to bring in money. The only thing you worry about which one I want to use today to bring in money. You know what I'm saying?
And he said, "Yeah, food prep been getting brain fog.
Again,
Oh
brain
man,
fog.
yeah,
You could,
God, gonna
I
have to."
mean, you could. I don't know if you're non-vegan or not, but the only thing that will help is yellowfish. I know one, not the only thing. Take that back. But one thing that could help is yellowfish tuna. It got a good amount of omega threes in it that could help with brain fog.
Yeah.
In our country, it's called I tuna too, as well. For those who don't know, some of the street names get changed. It's also related to I tuna.
Yeah. Um, sea bass, wild sea bass. That can
Yeah,
help.
wild sea bass.
You know, and even if you get a compound, that helps with the memory, brain fog, and stuff like that. There's specific compounds that increase oxygen and blood flow to the brain
Yes.
that you would need. So you sound like you need a bioscan, brother.
Yep.
If you come to Dallas, wherever, even if you go to San Antonio, one of the guys will take care of you. So either way.
Sick.
Um, Let me make sure. I want to make sure I agree. Peace, guys. See you coming through. Um, and then he says, "Nice. I'm gonna make an appointment for both of y'all and start doing some tribal music." And Kojo, I'm still trying to get on that anime, yo.
Ah!
Yeah. I mean, you hopefully you seen the little snippet that I released to everybody with the way of the she, man. Definitely be on the lookout for.
Man, that snippet got me excited. I was like, I can't wait till this come out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we cook it in the kitchen.
That's
Um The guy said he's been vegan for 15 years.
Big 15
Um,
years.
I mean, yeah, you know, the thing is like it's not. Sometimes we have to let go of these beliefs, you know, ideologies of following people. It's really about food science, God.
Yeah.
Understand that there is probably nutrition that you're lacking, especially if you're doing a whole lot of truck driving, which can be harsh on the body and the mind. You're not doing a whole lot of exercising. You're not doing a whole lot of movement. You're not doing a whole lot of outside oxygen breathing. And you're not getting necessarily, you know, the proper nutrition, minerals that you're missing, right?
Yeah.
So supplements, like the brother Ogun just said, supplements.
Supplements. Yeah, we got a supplement family. Nitrogen is stripping away a lot of the agricultural minerals inside of our plants. So, you
Yeah,
know, if you want to
exactly.
learn more about that, you get Indigenous Food Science. Um,
Heal thyself.
Heal
Take the
Thyself.
take the course. We need some
Take the
doctors.
course.
Like
Yes.
University, y'all.
Become certified and have another way to bring in wealth for you and your family.
Exactly. Says yeah, we're gonna get to you now, guy. He says, yeah, the anime is fire. So he's next. So let me pull up his stuff that he's asking. Here's his stuff.
My goal is to complete the Indigenous Juris course, get married at the Indigenous Ramadan. My business Copper. That's right, coppercolorpeople.org, which is a indigenous marketplace for honor nationals. Yes, people, and that's something I promote. That's a good website. It's also on Instagram. You gotta type in the same name, Copper Color People on Instagram. And follow him. So your goal is to complete. All right. So you got your goal set up, you know. So let me see. March 23. That should be that's probably on the cuffs. Is that Pisces? Or is that Aries?
What day is it again?
March 23rd.
Oh, that's Aries land.
Was Aries man, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yes. And King of Clubs. That's good. So
Mm.
that's the master of information. And you do martial arts, right, brother? So
Yeah.
defense and intelligence, brother. So
Master
my goal
teacher.
is to complete. So that's your go. So what exactly are you looking to like honest because you put in my goal is to complete the indigenous juris course and get married. Is it something specific you wanted to know as far as you know, should
He,
I continue this or what should I, because you're a master of information. The more information you can master, especially related to defense and intelligence, you know,
the
you
better.
could promote that too as well. Like, learning the art of war, learning, you know, other machinery that deals, with certain things. And then if you're ruled by a lot of fire signs, this if your birth chart was ruled by a lot of fire signs, you could deal with machinery that deals with mind control, self-initiated mind control, and mind game.
He said,
If you
yeah.
study the army, the army does certain things during warfare, like play certain music at certain frequencies that disrupts your mind's frequencies. I mean, it was one instance I had a conversation with somebody. They said they took a specific song, played it, and it jammed the radios. So imagine what it does to your brain.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
He says he's back in training.
back
Um,
at your sir, God.
so do you have like a specific energy you want to know, God?
Yeah.
You know, I know our people, you know, we gotta be just follow instructions. So let's
Yeah, yeah.
be
If you got specific, because this just you
specific.
put it out there, but it's kind of it's wide. So like, I don't know what you exactly want me to address, but you definitely a king of clubs, master of information and defense and intelligence. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
something you very good at. And even if you was getting bored with it, well, that's just me. Maybe it's time to take it to the next level. Maybe it's time to.
Yes, sir.
Maybe it's even time to deal with creating a TV program for it to you know teach people the basics of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, that my screen. There we go. Oh, your specific direction is the copper color people. Okay, I see that. I mean, as far as that, as far as marketing, I mean, one you use, because that could take a lot for me, because I had to go through your years and your weeks and everything. But you take cosmology and you see the exact days that what I need to promote hard on this day. See your lows and highs. You know what? This is great day to promote copper color people to the family. I got the 10 of diamonds, 10 of hearts in my card. Promote it out, put it out there. Um, the only other thing you will do is just study the youngins, study, us study the modern people and see how we market and add flavor to it. If you got children, teenagers, whatever, set up skits, make it, add flavor. Basically what I'm saying, add flavor and put your market out, you know, to attract the attention, United States high school ain't teach us a lot, but I do know they taught me reading. So to grab their attention, you gotta have the hook. So what's your hook gonna be? You know what I mean? Because copper color people could go far and think in the next range. Don't be the brother mentioned it. You can't be a dinosaur, so don't be a blockbuster. Blockbuster had a chance to make millions, but they didn't want to integrate, so they got out of great. You know what I mean? So,
Right, right. Bait the hook to suit the fish or bison or vegetable, right? Whatever, however you want to phrase that, but you want to bait the hook to suit the fish. So you have to adapt. Um,
got it. Um,
so hopefully
I
that
just
was
put
helpful.
yeah. Hopefully that helped. I don't know because I didn't know your specific question, brother. But yeah, you gotta you know because it's the economics fit class, so yeah, we gotta you gotta market and you just use the cosmology system and also learn how to learn. A lot of people don't know how to learn. Like real time, I used to not know how to learn. Now I know how to. I mastered disorganized learning. People had, if you was to ask me how did you learn all this stuff in cosmology, because I was so disorganized. I was disorganized, but I learned disorganized learning, and I was a random learner. A random learner means I jump around.
No focus.
No focus. I got this. I got this. But it works to my advantage because I figured it out. Because somebody like Dr. Ali, who studied Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who studied Master Fard Muhammad, they are indirect teachers, meaning they do stuff calculated. People used to be on Dr. Ali like, yo, he didn't even put everything. Yes, he did. He put it right there. He just put one word. It was your job to research that one word. You didn't research
Right,
the one word.
right. You can't be lazy, y'all. You can't.
Yeah, you gotta read everything and research everything.
You do. You do. I promise y'all. Like, we're gonna get y'all in Aboriginal shape by the time the Aboriginal New Year. Okay. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's important for y'all to like really not be lazy. So if there's questions that y'all have, for your business, the God is here. If you have questions that maybe you want, maybe some guidance in, business operations, funding, we're gonna talk a lot about that in the next class. Just go a little bit deeper because today was just a high level overview because y'all need to understand that the clock is ticking. So get your businesses, get your house in order so that you're not like looking like a person with their pants down, like you missed the boat.
Just lastly for the brother, the card name for your copper color people is Seven of Hearts. So use marketing, connect with people who got health, who need the health services marketed.
Yes, sir.
Because the thought frequency of copper color people is a Seven of Hearts card. So that could be a good initiation to your marketing plans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. He said that was helpful. Says appreciate y'all.
It's
Let's see. What y'all don't have any other questions? y'all solid on y'all's businesses. Y'all solid financially, economically. Y'all good to go. Y'all
Right.
need to be asking for real.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, ask. Well, that way I can get in shape. And she said I learned different too. And say, yeah, everybody got different learning strategies. Everybody. Some people got to learn with music in the background, literally. Some people got to learn with energetic colors. Some people got to learn with more low key type of colors
mhm,
to induce memorization and things of that nature. So
right. And if y'all don't think y'all don't learn every day, or if y'all don't think y'all being hypnotized every day, you guys are being hypnotized every day. Like,
yeah,
think about whenever you're like, let's say you're in the zone and you're working on your laptop, you don't hear nothing besides what's on that screen. Like, you just focused. That's you being hypnotized. Or maybe
yeah,
you watching some on YouTube, focused. You don't hear nothing else. You're being hypnotized. So, oh wait, hold on. Let me make sure. So California, yeah. Well, I would say for sure, we have some village out there. Hopefully, you've been, touching base with the chief answer and whatnot. But I would definitely have a second place to be because California doing some weird things out there. They letting people who have done pedophilia with children, released. You know, only doing 1 year of time, right? And they just let them free in California. They're doing universal basic income out in California. You already know that means the money supply is going through the roof as far as debt. And like the sister saying, too dang expensive, right? Prices are inflated. So
yeah.
I would definitely consider maybe Arizona, maybe Texas, Georgia, Florida. Um, these are other areas to like have another place, but definitely link up with the brother Ogun. Yeah, both of y'all are in the trucking industry, so um, yeah. So let me see. He says thanks. I'm gonna pay for the consultation. So he's talking to you, God.
Let's say God.
Um, Let me see. Tribal grants. How do we get? Yeah.
Ooh,
Um, so that's what we're gonna talk about that in the next class. So just to give you like a little preview, first you need to have some things in order. Do you have your business documents? Do you have your DUNS number? All that is free. What I've just said so far. Do you have a business bank account open? Right? And are you registered on grants.gov? If you ain't on that stuff before class next time, I don't know what to tell you, but you should start there. And basically, depending on the different grants that are out there, you're going to put together different proposals. And you want to tailor your proposals to ones that you're most likely to get. um, and that they like are focused on maybe like tribal organizations or entities because that's the realm of okay, yeah. But when they start talking like only federally recognized, you just stay away from those because that's not what we are, right? Um, we're recognized through our nationals and through formal recognition through Condoleezza Rice, which you can find in the protocol manual. But we are not BIA, nor do we want to be, right? So, because we'll give up our individual sovereignty if we did that. But that's how we start the discussion when it comes to getting grants. And basically, you want to have a team too, because you're not going to be able to do a lot of the stuff on your own. You're going to need to have a team, people who are dedicated to actually getting things done. And you want to have a grant writer too. That's going to help you kind of like formulate how you're going to put all this together.
look at
Because
them birth cards.
it's detail, man. It's detail. So, let me see. So yeah, that's just a little bit. We'll talk about that next class though, y'all. So Definitely, I'll have some examples, and we'll go through it. You know, line by line. What banks are easier to open? Woo! All right, y'all. So essentially, it depends because different states, different behavior. I could go to Bank of Oklahoma in Jersey, and they give me a difficult time for Bank of America. But if I go to Bank of Oklahoma, I mean Bank of America in Oklahoma, they're like, oh yeah, we can open it. So, but what I would tell you, the ones that are usually like they usually give you trouble: Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, right? The majority, the big three, right? They'll give you a difficult. They'll scrutinize the document. They're like, I ain't legitimate. And then the next tier, depending on where you're at, can be like SunTrust Bank. They're good. Bank of Texas, Bank of Oklahoma, maybe Key Bank. Who else? M&T. You're like, damn, coach. Yep, I banked with all of them. And I'm trying to think of some other ones that might be kind of useful and easier to get. Oh yeah, PNC. I like PNC. They didn't give me no trouble. And when I'd say they didn't give me no trouble, meaning when I actually was at the branch, because I was sending documents or calling banks, they'd be like, but when I actually showed up in person, it was pretty straightforward. And they're just like, yeah, we can do it. But one of the banks did give me trouble with PNC, and it was like a Hispanic PNC branch. They're like, ah, you know, physical locations in Georgia, we can't audit it. I'm like, what? Anyway, so PNC is good, and plus they have good funding, business funding options for like business credit and stuff like that. We'll also talk about that in class as well for Aboriginal Shape, financially, economically. So hopefully that was helpful. But those are some of the banks that I would definitely recommend. But again, obviously the big three, they're usually difficult, but they're not difficult depending on what state you are. But most banks are difficult because they look at the documents and they're not familiar, and that's really the issue, is that they've never seen them before. Some of them have, and then that's when it's not even a problem. But again, it depends on your area. Tasha, Miss Tasha, she said, "What type of business for a six of diamonds?"
What type of business for a six of diamonds? Okay. So, um, I try to remember it was Zach's birthday. Sister, can you put the Zach birthday so I can get the polarity again? I think I remember. I think he was Scorpio.
Yeah, wasn't it like October something, right?
Yeah, it's like October. It's like October.
She's a king of diamonds, whatever that is in October. King of diamonds. Was it? No, not king of diamonds. Not king of diamonds. I'm mixing up with somebody else. Yeah, put your birthday in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't want to
But
be.
I know right now I can say for the six of diamonds though, that's because that deals with balancing finances, bringing beauty out of work. Now, when we say bring beauty out of work, we don't just mean only doing like the conscious community stuff, like making bracelets and things of that nature. That's something you could do, but you could bring it further than that because, as you said, 10-3.
Yeah, that's right.
1960. Okay, so it was okay. So October 3rd.
What? Libra.
So
That's Libra.
so that's Scorpio. That's water energy.
Well, I thought that was Libra though, right?
Huh?
Isn't that Libra? 10-3?
Oh yeah. I'm tripping. I'm thinking about. I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah.
That is Libra energy. So with the Libra energy, that's air energy. Excuse me, air. Um, dealing with laws, relationships. Dealing with psychology. In the sense of how if you want to study somebody who does that, you can study like Dr. Powhatan, who master psychology, hypnosis, things of that nature. Other things you could potentially look at is let's see, six of diamonds. You can bring beauty out of work. See, a lot of them see Libra also deals with creativity in a sense too as well. So it's more so of what do you want to bring your
What's the value
we'll
you
have to look at to your other planets too as well. Your midheaven, things of that nature. But
ultimately just like it boils down to like what's the value that you want to bring.
yeah, what's the value? If I was to use the elements only, you could tap into
Because she has a 10 of hearts and a 4 of spades, right? So
yeah. So they just say unlock it in that order. You to unlock the energies, gotta work hard. It's gonna require some work. Yeah, yeah. Put in that work. The 10 of hearts, how you carry out is through transformational love, public, admiration and things of that nature. So if he was looking at it, I would say let's say you wanted to deal with the technology aspects of the world, looking at how you going back again to the energy production of you know how you use that. And matter of fact, it's a perfect time. I don't remember the exact information that Dr. Ali was providing, but they were studying what was it, the crystals and how they're formed and basically how they, you know, was it form a perfect specific shape. I don't want to put out the wrong information. I forgot the exact shape he was saying, but you know, and basically how basically they sentiment, their sentiment, you know, things just like the sun, the moon. These are the sun, Mars. They're sentient planets.
right.
So in that aspect, think of how to use these crystals to, not just to make us look good, but how you can actually use it to increase energy in us, increase maybe even certain minerals. Remember, the minerals corresponds to shapes too,
Mm-hmm.
like carbon's hexagonal. Um, I think zinc is hexagonal too, like maybe cubic. Um, but you think like that, and you start studying into those fields. You gotta, you start broadening it and even using it for psychology. Like how some TVs, they take the clock and they swinging it, to induce hypnosis. Maybe you learn of some shapes that you could build, you know, to sort of gear induce hypnosis and things of that nature. So
Right.
energy production.
Right.
Um, that's just some of it. You could, as far as businesses is, um,
The big thing is like you also need to make sure that you're staying out of like not staying out, but like you want to make sure that your debts are paid off, right? Like things are like bad debt, like especially as a
yeah,
King of Diamonds, you gotta make sure you're not owing anybody, right? That's that
yeah,
balanced aspect, especially within the Libra. Like you're
yeah,
worried about finances. You need to make sure your debts are, paid so that you can actually start having money saved up that you can do other things and invest in your businesses, invest in yourself, invest in your health, things of that nature. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to work for that, right? That's that 4 of spades. You're gonna have to work,
yeah.
sister. You're gonna have to work.
Work, just like Craig Daddy said, today is a J. We gonna call it business job. You know what I mean? So yeah, you gotta get into it, and this just brought it for anybody out there who got looking to start businesses, who about ready to get into that realm of entrepreneurship and things of that nature.
Mhm.
You gotta be willing to learn, be creative, um, and really put in the groundwork too. All of the mastermind comics, walk a like we put it. You gotta put in the groundwork to manifest these things just as much as you visualize it. She
Mhm.
said that 4 of spades. Yeah, that 4 of spades. You gotta
You gotta work.
you gotta work.
Sorry.
That's what it is. So
Yeah,
you know,
and you already know.
yeah,
Like,
it just learn, start to understand mathematics. And what I mean by that is understand. the days mathematics. If it's 24 hours in the days, and if you was on a carbon-based diet, I mean, initially you sleeping for 4 to 5 hours because initially we may not need 8 hours because we got more of that energy. We're yielding more energy than other people. So if you
Mhm.
got 4 to 5 hours, let's say 4 hours. So that means we left with 20 hours in a day. If you're somebody who works a 9 to 5, that means you're uh giving away 8 hours potentially, right? So now we're left with 16 hours. Oh, I'm forgetting my math.
Hold on now.
No, hold on, that ain't right. 15. Yeah, we left with 16 hours. That's 24. That's 24. Okay. So you left with 16 hours. Now, what are you doing? So now if you out of your 9 to 5, if you aren't sleep, so that's initially you're left with a good amount of hours. What are you doing with those amount of hours to make yourself better? Are you studying? Are you studying your craft, reading? You don't want to just be like the conscious community and be just reading anything. It's just making up shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to study because that's what I was told when I got my first reading from Dr. Ali. He said, "Yo, you're gonna be mastering knowledge. And you're gonna be really, curious about information, but you just gotta make sure that you studying it for a reason. What reason are you studying it for? You know."
Yeah. I need to manage y'all's time, manage y'all's resources, but manage your time. You're gonna need to work hard. You can't. I keep saying this because that's what my teacher said to me. You can't be lazy. Like this ain't gonna work. Like, and you probably already know as a national, right? And those who are in IPA, same thing. It's a little bit different though. But as a national, you can't be lazy. You got to read the protocol manual, and that thing is not a light read, right? You got the Constitution, you got the rites of passage, you have an exam. Like it is, that's just the beginning. And then you got the book that you get for free, which is the heritage of the lost heritage of the so-called Negro.
Mm-hmm.
That book, right? That's not a light read. That keeps you busy. So you can't be lazy. We're gonna, as ministers, jurists within ARNA, will do our best to give you all the things that you need to do, but it's up to you to pick up your feet and do the work, right? So you can't be lazy, y'all. So
Somebody corrected me. 12 hours. Thank you, brother. I was having some mathematical restrictions at the moment. Yeah, 12 hours, but that's still, that's enough. That's enough time to, somebody says, is that why Ali writes 10 books a month?
let me see.
Yeah. I mean, is the health too. Um, I understand everybody got their pace as far as health. Um, as far as getting into the health, but it's a lot of you got to get into it because that's going to generate your energy and your focus, and then also learning your cosmology chart to learn how to learn. You got signs that are fixed, cardinal, and mutable. If your sign is mutable, that means you're a random learner. You're most likely a random learner like me, um, which basically means we both deal with rhythmic and sequential learning styles too. So it'll be good for you. Maybe y'all could do some homework tonight and just see what type of learning techniques are there. What type of chart should I write? A flow chart? Should I write, I need to go back to the elementary school days where we write the word 20 times, statements 20 times for memory. Those are things you want to use. And and it is based on cosmology because, I've been studying daily. And yeah, you want to study daily and just apply it. And then when you look at your week, for those who are cosmologists, those are not, you could book, but you want to look at your year too for what you want to put out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It may be a year where you got I don't know, 7 of hearts, or let me say a 7 of clubs that deals with writing materials, ebooks, being creative, music, things of that
Mhm.
nature. Like you said, you gotta read the protocol manual, the family contracts. If you read all those things talk about creativity and you know, like the family contract. The husband and wife should learn a new instrument, a new language, and all of that helps with health. It helps with your brain's elasticity, and so and it's also another way to you know market yourself too.
Exactly.
At
Exactly.
every moment, we not Google and Amazon, so we got to market even heavy. Even they market heavy still. Every time you turn around, Walmart, Target, they in commercials, they on social media, they always marketing. So,
Right.
and we got an advantage. We got cosmology on our side to, learn days, minutes, and hours to put out information and material. So
Yes,
we
sir.
can calculate it all the way to the 0th degree.
Yes, sir. Hold on. There's some people that have been coming into the chat, so I want to make sure I show them some flowers and some love. Let me start here. Hold on. So, can we claim tribal land and put it under honor? Yes, you can. You can claim tribal land and put it into our jurisdiction, utilizing your indigenous businesses. If you need more information or want help with that, you already know. Go to the website. That's
Yes,
but yeah, that's something we do all day, every day. We even did it within HAWAB. So we have land in our jurisdiction. So that means we can do what it is that we want to do with that land, which we're going to have some things coming up for that. I'm going to definitely move out of Omaha back to the south. Yes, I agree. Move south.
yes.
I was in Sun Village yesterday. Peaceful place. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm glad you were able to actually get out there, Wahali. Yeah, man. It's a lot of potential, and we need help, right? So here's my speech because I sit on Sun Village as well as Maluka, which I'm going to show some love to in a second because she did also comment too. Um, yeah, we need help in South Village. We want people to actually participate. This is something that we have in our jurisdiction, and if you want to buy some real estate out there, if you want to, help with the township, the council, we're gonna need all hands on deck. So keep that in mind. If you haven't gone to Sun Village website, definitely do that. Let me see. Do I have that pulled up? I'll show that in a bit. But I want to make sure that I see. There's somebody else. I want to find Sister Maluk because she asked the question. Hold on. Don't want to be feeling like I'm ignoring y'all. Y'all, sorry. Okay, so she said, Sister Maluka, peace. Yeah, she's also on the Sun Village Council. So we need help. So her question is, so is it best to do daily readings or weekly readings?
Uh, do you
Because
exactly mean now? If you're talking about the actual technique instructions, weekly and daily readings are the same thing. Now, if you're talking about the time period in which you should do a reading, like should I read my charts every day or should I just read it like once a week or twice a week? I say you should do both. I think some periods you should, and this is for people who are learning. You know, you should read it once a week. Sometimes you shouldn't read it. Let the events kind of transpire and then go back and look over it and then say, okay, on this day, this happened to me. And then you look at the card, like, okay, because it's going to help you start formulating keywords and things of that nature.
right,
And
right.
that's if your question, because I don't know which direction your question was going, but if you're trying to learn it, then yeah, you should do both. Some days yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you need to find that that balanced style that that fits your schedule too. Because as well as doing the daily readings, I do the 13-day readings, and it kind of like gives me a good idea what to be aware of. And I knew you were going to pop up on the screen, right? I knew you were going to pop in the chat because I'm displacing a two of clubs, right? Which that's one of your
Mm,
cards. So just understand that that's also a factor. Also, yeah, just make sure you're doing. You need to know what's happening so that way there's no surprises to you, or maybe there's an energy that maybe there's more money or luck on that day, so you want to tap into that, right? Chief Ali has showed basically what he did with the lottery.
I
And
just did mine yesterday. I won $30.
see, hey, this ain't no joke. Like this is literally no joke. So I'm playing games today. So you just do it. So yeah, but definitely the God is here. Reach out to him. But I think she was also saying something else. So I'm gonna make sure I don't miss what else she was saying. Sorry, Maluka. I know you had said something else too. I don't want to make sure I miss it. She said Pierre, yeah. For Wally, yes, definitely peaceful. Absolutely. And so much potential. Yep. And then I gotta show Shaka some love too. Peace, everybody. What questions? Business questions, economic questions, revolving. If you need clarity on your business direction, energies, using cosmology, because that's what the God and I have been breaking down. You need to know the energy surrounding your business. And then also, if you want to know what day or what energies for the new Aboriginal year you want to, tap into, the God can give you some clarity and direction on that. Obviously, he's not going to do the whole thing because that'll take forever, and he would need to be compensated for that. So, but he'll give you a little preview just so he's showing you that he's got the skills. We already know that. So that's hopefully that's that. And she says, "Peace, family." Okay, yeah, I understand. And then she says, "Okay, gratitude." And then, "Peace, beloved brothers. I am Jagger Hearts, 7:30, 64. What should my area focus be right now? I
Let's see.
didn't get a read this year. Wanted to know what period I'm in." Okay.
Okay. So basically, what phase you in? 1964, 22, 8. And put it into my cadre plate. Okay. Generate the thing faster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
I forgot where did oh man. I be having so many tabs pulled up. There we go.
Yes.
She says, okay, July 36. So 07 30.
Yes.
58. Boom. Okay. Like you say, you're a jack of hearts. They very, the love,
Very
love,
playful. Very playful. Very playful.
playful. Yeah, the young children, y'all get to expressing that love. Y'all could go into the, a Shakespearean monologue about love and how you feeling, things of that nature. You also, well, I won't go off of this because I know this card rate don't calculate the other two cards correctly all the time.
Yep.
Uh,
They don't.
yeah, that card rate. I wanted to use it that way I could quickly pull yours up. And the
Yeah.
period you're in is you're in your Mars phase with the two of hearts and the four of hearts. So that means use two of hearts deals with intimate partnerships. Um, four of hearts deals with family. Um, Let me see. Two of hearts, four of hearts, family, partnerships. It was your aggressive year. So did you get into any arguments with a close partner, family? That's what you had to watch out for. Because this was your aggressive period. Um, the thing you wanted to focus on overall, I'll use a crown card because that could be easy. That way I ain't gotta go over the whole thing, but I can at least give you a good good interpretation.
Right.
Um your crown card was your crown card for the year is the Ten of Hearts and the Five of Hearts. So it's dealing with transformational love. Five of Hearts deals with adventures. That's the functional side of the tone for the year. The dysfunctional that you want to watch out for is public humiliation that leads to splits in relationships.
Mhm.
That's basically you know, sort of your tone for the year to say for the rest of the tone using the Maki again, the Maki cards, Eight of Hearts, Seven of Spades. It'd been
Mhm.
good to travel and not be a stiff at home. Travel, get some self care in. The Ace of Hearts, that's the Mikey card, Ace of Hearts. So traveling, not being stiff at home, and engaging in new relationships. Maybe it's some self love. You need some time to self. Um, and eventually that could have engaged. You could have engaged in new money.
Mhm.
Support would have been entrepreneurship, and what's coming towards you is the Five of Hearts, which is the adventure, freedom, liberation, or you know, divorce. The other side of that,
Right.
divorce,
Universal love.
universal love, things of that nature. So so I know some people. I know how it be for Cosmo. When we say these words, I know some people be like, "Oh, well, what is that exactly?" It means you need to get your ass up and travel. That mean to program these cards to get the dysfunctional side, you needed to get out and travel throughout this year. And I know some of us in not to follow, you may not have the exact funds, but travel within the city. It ain't got to be. I ain't telling you to go to, Belize or nothing, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go to Belize because
yeah, go to Belize
yeah, it's
because
for the
the
summit.
summit is coming. So you should be saving right now, all the way to August the 19th for the Aboriginal Summit that's coming up this year.
Yeah, you know.
That way you could meet us, you can meet some new relationships, some of your tribal family, and that will help you throughout your year. That's kind of your focus overall.
Come to the Aboriginal ball that's coming up in a couple of weeks. You know?
All right.
So
Right. If
hopefully,
you're gonna be in Atlanta or already in Atlanta, go to that ball. Ali's presenting some new spirits. Now, I don't mean the spooky spirits. I'm talking about drinking.
right, right. Yeah, some people get on the deep end. So yeah, hope was that helpful? Let me see.
So she said,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. So let me make sure I follow order of operation. Yes, you were first. But you said peace, 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 peace.
Peace.
She says April 30th. Four clubs, jack of spades, two of diamonds. I want to take my business to the next level. I know I'm going to be in my eight of diamonds phase. Ooh, I love the eight of diamonds. That's just my core. So my birthday in 2033. How do I level up? Okay.
How do you level up? Okay. I need a year too, sis. Gotta put the
Yeah, so that
year.
year if you can.
And for my family out there, my sisters out there, your birthday has nothing to do with aging. That is all based on health. So if you're someone who don't want to put their year out, it has nothing to do with that. It's based on health.
That's
So if
right.
you're carbon based, if you're eating correctly, you
Right.
have nothing to worry about.
1986.
1986. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm putting this one in the cadre. 1986 was that? So she wants 2023. So 1987. Okay.
Um, while you're doing that, I'll answer her question. She said thoughts on Blue Vine online banking. Yeah, so I'm familiar with them. They have a really good interest rate. I think it's like maybe 1.5 or maybe 2%. But there's also other banks that basically do the exact same thing. It's really just a matter of what's their transaction fees, what are they doing with your money, do they have a good interest rate with your money, is it easy to withdraw money? Because if you haven't been seeing what's going on, places in Africa, places in Europe, they're limiting withdrawals of currency. So you don't want banks to be a bottleneck for you. So you need to see what's their fine print of withdrawal limits and if they can change that. Because if they say, oh, you can only withdraw, $100 a day, then you're like, oh, well, it's probably not worth it. Or if there's like a crazy transaction whenever you're withdrawing money, then that's also another factor. And as well as maintaining the account. If there's a huge transaction fee for doing that on behalf of the bank, then you also want to consider that. But there's other banks that have a good interest rate, more than I think around 2% or better, that are online strictly. So we can talk. We're going to talk about that as far as like stealth savings accounts that you would want to look into. So and that's one of them. So yeah, it's just a matter of ease of business. But go ahead, God.
Like you said, so for your next birthday, I'm assuming that's what you wanted for the 2023 joint. So your crown card would be the Six of Clubs and the Ace of Hearts. And so the Six of Clubs is balance and speech. See, Six of Clubs. Like you'll be dealing with a lot as far as the tone, getting clear communications, balance and speech. What else? Venus, clubs, um, Ace of Hearts. This Two of Clubs, Ace of Spades, None of Diamonds. So if anything, if you got what like the tone, as far as the tone, Two of Clubs, Ace of Spades, that's the community information, new work or secrets, etc. None of Diamonds. Um, One thing to go to the next level, you want to make sure that you don't have no unsettling thoughts, um, especially if it relates to secrets that could cause financial loss.
Mm-hmm.
That's a major thing. Because if you go into that year with unsettling thoughts, secrets, things of that nature, feel like, it's about to be financial loss. Those are things you're going to have to get in check and, clarify. Along with the support crown card, Ace of Hearts, you could be dealing with some type of new relationship or somebody close to you. Um, it's gonna be because the Maki it gives me Neptune, Uranus, and we know that position deals with fate versus destinies. So, and they got a King of Diamonds in that year. So initially, whoever you working with, so you want to make sure that you program your destiny, and that these unsettling thoughts and secrets are not going to lead to major financial losses. But if you program your destiny, then what it should lead to is clear communications, um, partnerships, working with close people, most likely. Maybe somebody is a king of diamonds, or maybe it's a business partner you're working with. Um, but ultimately, it could bring you know, yeah, it looked like some type of new work or support of a new work.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so you, but your next level, I know you do uh, Dola. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Dola, as far as that, it just looks like you'll be needing clear communication with people you're close to. Maybe it's partnerships, um, business partnerships because the moon card does have a two of spades coming towards you.
Shoot, and you got a two of diamonds too. That's your planetary numbers.
Right.
So you definitely need to make sure you're honing in on those partnerships.
Yeah.
And then I love my spades, so you need to work hard,
Yeah.
really, really hard.
Gotta work hard.
So yeah, and then your health has to be on point too. So I don't know if when was the last time you got a bioscan or anything like that, but you definitely want to make sure that your health is on point, no lapses or anything like that. Um,
Yeah. Because you definitely like, it's nothing like when people talk about clairvoyance. I hope I pronounced that word right, but intuition, psychic, gut feelings, things of
clairvoyant.
that nature. They
Mhm.
make it spooky, but it ain't if you got worms, parasites, fibroids, whatever it is, you ain't having no gut feeling. You're not about to have no intuition and things of that nature, or
Yeah.
it's gonna be severely weak in that sense. So you want to increase those things because you know even when we read our cards, foreshadowing.
Mhm. Oh, is it me? Can y'all hear me? Yo, you still there? Oh man, did I lose signal? What is happening? I can't hear nothing. Hmm. You can hear me, so y'all can hear me. I don't think we can hear the God. Okay. Um. Yeah, well, let me go ahead and call God. I was like, whoa, that mug went silent in the mud. Sorry, y'all. We got some storms down south, so we lost the God. I'm sure you'll dial in, but you can hear. Okay, cool. So one of the things, one of the things that you want to definitely be really, really clear and crystal clear on is your thoughts, right? Especially you being a clubs as your birth card. Your thoughts need to be very clear. Um, and the God's getting ready to come back on. Yo, can you hear? Hold on, let me get this guy on. Yo, can you hear? Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can hear me?
Okay.
The government shut down my Wi-Fi. Uh,
You got to true.
but I forgot what thought I left. Oh, I was just finishing with the intuition. Even when we around a person,
Yeah.
you want to increase your health because you could pick up on those certain energies. Because we all have magnetic fields, so there's certain things we could you know feel. I guess use that word feel.
You can pick up on it because our antennas.
Right.
Um, we tune into certain frequencies. But definitely like the clear thoughts, as well as like combining it with your jack of spades, with intuition, because spades is all about you already know, right? There's things you already know that you need to do, and you just got to do it. That's that work. Like you got to do it, but you have to do it with a clear thought, meaning no doubt, no fear, no uncertainty, and
Yes.
no worry. Because like if you have those things, you're not moving in a state of flow. You're moving in a state of like, oh man, uneasiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Ah. Uh, oh, wait. Oh,
hold on. Let me add you
yeah.
back.
There
Can
we
you hear
go. All right. Computer. Okay.
everything working on your
It
end?
said everything's good. Everything's good.
Okay.
But yeah, it says that's the that's the. And even though it sounds small, I promise you, it's actually clear thoughts go a long way if you really want to reach that next level.
I promise you. Because like if you have foggy thoughts, you have uncertainty, it's gonna mess up how you move. Because you already I keep saying that because it's true. Like spades just know.
Right.
And when you ignore what you know, especially your health's on point and everything, you're gonna find yourself not at the potential where you need to be.
Yeah.
or executing things that need to go a certain way. So,
Yes. Literally.
hopefully that was helpful. Say yes, thank you, you're welcome. The guy coming through with the sizzling hot plate. Um, let me see. So I want to make sure I don't skip. So where is it? Where is okay? All right. So this next one. So this is a line of essential oils based household cleaning products. This year I desire to launch as a subscription based company, but I was overwhelmed on how to work the mailing aspect of it. Okay.
I think it's a second part to the question too that she may have.
So my question of how I can work with the post office where it is not so expensive. My cleaning products are in glass, but on a monthly basis, customers can receive it. Yeah. So okay. So basically, what this boils down to is what your costs are, right? And you want to work with maybe UPS, maybe FedEx, or maybe somebody who's local that actually does like freight and shipping, right? So maybe some of the brothers that maybe you can work a deal with or bartering system with, brother Ogun who's in the region. I don't know if he has time to like mail out some of your products. Go to different places. You obviously you pay him like you figure out the percentage if it makes sense. Or maybe you give him some of your juices. Because he needs nutrition, right? And that could be a way of bartering with them, or you could work with Love Slim. Either way, like the idea behind that is knowing your cost, how much things are, what the value is, and after a certain order or time frame, you need to know, okay, in this week, these are the orders I typically get, and this is how much I'm going to be shipping out on a weekly basis, or if it's on a daily aspect or a monthly aspect. But you definitely want to do it where it's like either on a daily or a weekly. How much content, how much of the stuff are you shipping, and then that way you can say, okay, so that's one thing with the bartering. But let's say you're doing something with FedEx or UPS. They have a program for like businesses where they basically give like either I think it's like a flat rate for like shipping, but double check that. But there could be something where you work out a deal with them where it's basically a flat rate shipping. And so basically, depending on how much you ship, you're paying this on a monthly basis, and you don't have to pay other than just like maybe like the subscription fee if they do that still. But that's something to actually look into. And it can be cheaper in the long run if you're doing it that way. But definitely, maybe the bartering thing can be better long term, because if they're driving around and if you know where your customer base is, if it's strictly just Oklahoma, or maybe if it's maybe outside of that, if you know where your customers are, then maybe you can pinpoint like these are the geographical areas of where most of my customers are, and they order these type of products every month at this day at this time. Then maybe you can put a calculated schedule for the brother if that's something that he wanted to do and partner with you on. I know we talked about tribing up and doing partnerships. That's an example of doing that and just kind of getting creative with it. And you can always do the UPS, FedEx thing, look into that. But definitely, like, if you keep it within the tribe, he helps you, you help him by getting his, health back on track with, nutritional stuff. So that's what I mean by just kind of getting creative. So hopefully that was where you hopefully I answered that question. If it's not clear, if I wasn't clear, or if you need more clarity, just let me know. But that's what I'm thinking when it comes to that situation. Because yes, mailing stuff off at the post office is getting pricey, or just even UPS or FedEx or whatever. So if you can utilize somebody who's driving trucks, if you don't mind, where they can take care of the package, you just put it in a careful package, bubble wrap it, boom, ship it. So let me know if that's helpful or not. And then, and she posted her birthday too.
Oh, we supposed to. August. Was it a specific question you had?
Yeah, we need to.
Or did you just wanted me to describe your birth card or anything of that nature?
Let me see.
She also said it is helpful gratitude.
Okay, so yeah, just let me know. Yeah, but also if you want more information on your business, reading from Brother Yogi, he can do that real quick for you. So and then just give us what energies are you wanting to know for your business for the new Aboriginal year.
And they said I just hate social media. I mean,
Who said that? Let me. Where am I?
it's like 1, 2, 3. It's like the fifth bottom comment.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, we kind of in a social network, right? We I mean, we have to communicate. Like, um, that's part of being social. I don't know if that means social media or I don't know. But
I
social
think
media.
overall you just gotta look at it like the circus and just enjoy the show and promote while in it.
Gonna try live webinars. Yeah. Um, definitely do live webinars. Definitely do YouTube videos. Do some seminars in person where you can stream it. So people who want to attend in person, most likely they would want to attend in person, and then you can stream it for people on the outside. So
Do some TikToks. You
take.
making millions. You can make millions marketing your business just to put back into the business itself.
Oh, she said, "I love being social. I don't like." Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you now. I got you. Yes, it is a social media is very interesting of what it's started, but
Yeah.
since it's here, we utilize it as a tool and not the other way around, right? Where we get
Like
distracted.
Ali said, the gods use nature as a tool, so
That's it.
you just gotta use it.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I kind of go back because there's something. Okay, wait. Hold on. So she said investment energy.
So investment energy,
I need to manifest the money to get my inventory up. But on the other hand, I want to open a juice bar. So I need to look into grants as well. Yes to the grants. You want to do the investment energy portion?
mm-hmm. Yeah, I can do it. So I can scroll up to the
Mhm.
comment. What was her birthday presented?
Oh, August 30th.
Okay, August 30th, 1992. I don't know exactly what she was. I mean, I guess I put it up on the cadre. I know she wanted me to go
Yeah, you
to
can.
the year, exact year. 1992, 2022. So that's 30. Oh, August 30th. Okay.
Mhm.
8, 30, 92. All right, so you're 9 of hearts. And oh, like using, let me get the other 2 cards. 9 of hearts, 7 of clubs, and then that's should be was August 30th. August 30th should be Virgo.
Mhm.
So that makes you a double 7 of clubs. So
Yep. Mental magic.
right. Basically, yeah. Literally. It's a magic, 9 of hearts, powerful love and intimacy. Then you're Virgo, so you're very analytical and very, good at health and human service and things in those fields. And also since it's an earth element dealing with no, it's not the earth. Yeah, it's an earth element. So dealing with currency and things of that nature. Um, let's see. Where's my, oh, no, 31. There we go. So for your uh, well, I'll do 30 because your birthday is August. So that's what makes it hard. So I'm gonna do it based off of your cosmic year because your birthday is August 30th. So if I do 2000, three, it's only gonna cover a certain amount. So, okay. All right, one. So your crown cards are. Two, three, one. All right. So the for the first portion of 2023, that's how I gotta put it. For the first portion of 2023, right now you got a two of clubs and a six of spades. His birthday is not till August 30th, so that's how I gotta. So two of clubs, six of spades. That deals with two of clubs deals with partnerships, communications with a partner. Six of spades deals with balancing work.
My favorite word, work.
Work.
You don't have to work.
Yeah, you gotta work. You gotta balance this work. So gonna be working. So he's definitely, if you got a partner already that you're communicating with. Let's see. The marquee card is five of hearts, four of diamonds, which gives me the seven of clubs. So inspiration, spiritual inspiration, some type of writing, or some type of inspirational person who could liberate you. Who can help with liberation, finances, helping with finances for liberation. And they either could be a seven of clubs or they could just be the circumstance around it. You also got to watch out for anyone being negative, argumentative, two of clubs energy, argumentative, and negative that could cause a split. And it might be based on economics, establishment. So initially your tone. Now I'm talking about the first portion from really technically right now until August 30th.
Right.
Because that's your cosmic year. We're dealing with your cosmic year. And then the six of spades, six of hearts, four of clubs. So you gotta watch out for because six of spades, dysfunctional wise, it deals with fate. And what else? Six of spades, slow down and work. Like kind of being like feeling like you're in a rut. And so this could transfer. And then the Mikey card is the four of spades. So once again, gonna be working hard.
Yep.
But the one thing you got to watch out for is anyone being a dudhead, whether it's somebody from your past relationship or a woman or anybody who may cause rigidity in work, bringing karmic explosions to the relationship. So that's what you're looking out for that first portion of the year. Now I know you think about like, how does it relate to my business? Well, if those energies are coming about dysfunctionally, then how can you bring the greatness out of your juice bar or any other business that you got?
Right. From the essential oils, cleaning products, all that stuff.
Right. So
Let me see. So hopefully that was helpful to give you a little taste. But again, you want to definitely get with the God Yogi, and he can break it down much, much because it'll take forever. If
it's gonna take forever.
so, okay, what else we got, y'all? We approaching. Ooh, Lord, I guess we're getting too comfortable doing 3 hours.
I just looked at the corner like, oh.
So we approaching that 3 hour mark, y'all. She enjoyed the turn, so that's good.
Thank you. Great,
Good,
great.
good, good, good. Yeah. So part two, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Today was just kind of like a high level overview to give you an idea what to be on the lookout for and what is actually happening. And actually, we had some practical applications for you to actually do if you were paying attention. Um, so, so we, we,
We can
oh
be here
no,
all.
oh no, Coach likes to sleep, so at least 5 hours. Um, but yeah, so class two for Aboriginal shape financially, economics wise, we're gonna go over a little bit details of like funding, getting funding, specific places where you can get funding, how to actually apply, um, investment applications, things of that nature, like grants. Like these are stuff that even real estate purchasing, right? So these are the things that you're gonna want to know how to do and that you should be doing because the opportunity is there. And I'm telling you, other people are doing it. When I say other people, I mean like they're already like buying up all the assets, land. They want they want you to own nothing and be happy, is what I'm telling you. So that's that World Economic Forum stuff. They already know what time it is. So appreciate y'all for sticking with us for 3 hours. We had that 3 hour mark.
The hour
But
card
you
for
know,
our moment is the non-Adamus. That's the hour card right now. Universal completion.
damn. Yes, sir. So peace, God. You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, tune in to next class. It's gonna be lit, and also get yourself ready to go to Aboriginal Ball. Look nice. This is where you can actually let your diamonds shine. In an appropriate way, right? But yeah, so we'll see y'all next week, and we'll go from there. So, peace, family, and yeah, let me end this broadcast. Da, 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 da.